Feeling too hot or cold? Fog between the glass. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's time to replace. And right now, you can get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen. Plus, with our spring savings event, you can buy one window or door and get one 40% off when you buy 4 or more units. Just text OWN to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or patio doors for no dollars down, no monthly payments, and no interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Text OWN to 200-300 to buy one window or door and get one 40% off. And right now, save an extra $30 off every unit. Hurry, this incredible offer is only in April. Text OWN to 200-300. Text the word OWN to 200-300. OWN to 200-300.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every basket, every game, every point, every play, from the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a three-pointer at the buzzer to tie the game, or a player goes 2 for 2 at the foul line. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
My kind of guy is all class. He brings the finest wines for me to taste. He wears the hottest suits, and he lets me take off his tie. He's respectful, but he's not afraid to explore his wild side. And when he's not with me, I know I'm still on his mind.
She's waiting for you at the Valley's hottest adult cabaret, Platinum Plus on 32nd Street, just south of the 202. VIP bottle service and rooms, full kitchen, open daily till 3 a.m. Platinum Plus.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Asher, back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona, and they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike, and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting at K25CDV at
99.3 FM.
K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody. Oh, Jesus. I can't do it the normal way. I'm losing my voice. Hey, everybody. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And remember, Randy, remember how every year at about exactly this time, I would get a horrible nasal infection, and then I would lose my voice for a bit.
That was before you had the rotor-rooter done to your nostrils, right? I mean,
sometimes I'd lose my voice for an entire month.
And we looked and looked and couldn't find the damn thing anyway.
Yeah, I don't think we were looking that hard. I don't think they're in that much of a hurry to get my voice back on the radio. But so I did. I had the surgery to open up the airway in my nose, and I've been fine for years. I don't feel like I have a nasal infection right now, but it could be It could be something else. I don't
No.
think it is, but I just don't worry. It's not COVID because we're not in the same room anyway.
Are you getting enough sleep at night? Because I know you and I were talking about you sleeping last night.
Last night I had a horrible night's sleep. It started out
it was
pretty
like
good.
a manly ass dream. I'll tell you that much right now.
Well, I guess so. I'm sleeping and I fall asleep, and it in the middle of my dreaming, I have this dream that I'm in an Irish barroom brawl.
Who but Jeffrey O'Brien?
Yeah. And so it was fun, actually. I was having a good time. And all of a sudden this guy was coming at us, but this guy had a weapon or something. And I was like, oh, I got to stop this guy. And so I grab a chair and I swing the chair from left to right, kind of like a baseball bat if I'm a left-handed hitter, and wha-bam! And as I do it, I give out a war cry like ah, and I demolish the guy. But the minute I had the impact of the chair on him, I also had the impact of the pillow in my hand that I then took out my nightstand. I'm just glad my wife is not, she's out of town for work. So, this would scare the hell out of her, but I had to apologize to the dogs for a few minutes saying it's okay. Everything's fine. But, yeah. And so I don't think my losing my voice could be from one, barbarian scream, but, now my arm is hurt. I hyperextended it because I was lying on my right side. So in real life, as I swing, my entire body twists over and then made impact with the nightstand. And then I'm like immediately awake, still screaming, still swinging. And I was just, oh God, Lord. So
I've said for years that we need to document Jeffrey's dreams because there's stuff of legend. They are stuff of legend.
Oh, I don't talk about them much on the actual air just because they might be stuff of legend, but they could also be stuff of somebody putting me in a 72-hour hold. And I kind of like the freedom.
No, we could take his dreams, Keon. We can make you talk about Hollywood running out of things to do. All we need to do, if I would have spent 30 years documenting Jeffco's dreams, we'd have some money in the bank because his dreams would make like a full scale top line movie, Hollywood blockbuster.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I mean, there was one girl who figured it out when I was in high school, and she would follow me around with a notepad, writing down the weird crap that I would say. And I finally what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm going to put all this in the yearbook. And so throughout the entire yearbook, it was peppered with Jeffrey O'Brienisms. Just the weird crap that I would say. Some of it was like a Comedy Central roast where I was tearing up a pal or a teacher or something. And other things were just bizarre. And I went back later and I was like, I didn't say these things. She's like, oh, yeah, you did say those things. So in my subconscious state, it's either complete madness or some sort of a genius. I don't know which. But you're right. If you could put a line into my head, listen. There'd only need to be one streaming service at that point. I had a lot of explaining to do with a lot of people, though.
The Avengers, all that business, it pales in comparison to Jeffrey O'Brien's nocturnal emissions. Wait, I probably should say that differently. His nighttime. Wait, I can't use that word. Nah, his dreams.
I wake myself up more with my nocturnal emissions than I end up waking up my wife. I'm always afraid that's going to happen. You can't control it in your sleep. But I have woken up to her laughing. Ralph Has Crabs says, did you say your wife is out of town hanging out with Sergio Garcia as he prepares for the Masters? I didn't say any of that. All I said was she was out of town for work. But you've got the movie in your head. Enjoy that. Brunswick guy says, wow, Jeffrey, you sound like you're going through puberty, just like my 14-year-old son here in the car. Well, you should also say his name so he can be properly embarrassed. If you're going to out him for having a little bit of the Peter Brady. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. And he says, no show. Wait, no, what do you mean? Oh, tomorrow, yeah, because the NIT. Yeah, tomorrow we have an NIT doubleheader. It starts at 3:45, and so we're just okay. We're not here. And then, much to our surprise, they changed the time of the NIT championship to the exact same time on Thursday, so we don't have to do a show Thursday
because we are
Sorry.
contractually obligated.
Contractually,
to
with
bring
Westwood
you,
One.
the one of the nation's biggest radio networks. We have to bring it to you. It's not our fault.
We can't disappoint these guys.
No. Yeah.
And so when I filled out the form and I sent it to Radio Run and he approved it and then we signed it, there's no going back on it now.
Oh, no. You can't do that.
I'm not going to say anymore because I don't want it to be like construed as a challenge. Really? Can't go. I'm Ron effing Cohen. Click. Oh, no. I don't need that, especially if I'm going to lose my voice this week. Yeah. Let's see. Somebody was saying something here. Hold on a second. Somebody was oh, yeah. Big George says, I had the same surgery as you because I get chronic sinus infections every spring and fall. Worked for a couple of years, and then whammo, sinus infections are back. I just had one 3 weeks ago. Okay, so you know what I think it is? There's two parts. I don't know if you had the ablation, but I had the thing where they straighten up the cartilage in your nose, and then you have a straight path to breathe. The other thing was an ablation to the turbinates, the little lumpy things that are inside your sinuses, and they burnt those out. So then I was able to breathe clearly, and they grew back. I don't know if that's what happened with you, George, but I'm not doing the ablation again. That was horrific. That was no fun at all. So, I mean, maybe I will if I have to, but not if it's going to come back in 3 or 4 years. So anyway, sorry.
So you're saying your nostril turbos came back?
Yes. The speed bumps inside my nose have returned.
Damn.
So, hey, by the way, today is April Fool's Day, but you already know that because some jackhole is probably on you already. Oh, God, I hate April Fool's Day. Do you hate it? I hate it.
I hate it too, yeah.
All the way back when I first started doing radio with you, Randy, we made a pact.
Yeah,
and that
we
pact,
would never do that. Yeah.
We would never pull an April Fool's joke on each other or on the listeners. We had too much respect for them because we knew the entire day dumbasses were going to be pulling some stuff, and we didn't want to add to that. And we didn't want to betray your trust.
Yeah.
We also wanted you to be completely trusting us when we make our birthday calls. We used to pull pranks on people on their birthdays, not on April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
We would call up and get into all sorts of trouble with people on the phone.
Trouble. Some say trouble, but others would say not trouble.
Well, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But so no, we've never done the April Fool's thing. We're not going to start that now. Not at all. Promise you.
So, Keon, you're in a safe zone here with Jeffrey and I.
The only time and the only way you're probably in a safe zone with us.
Which is impressive. I'll take it.
He's like, I'll take anything just to feel safe again. Oh, God, I miss Chattanooga.
Well, now hold on. Don't put words in my mouth.
Oh, hey, you could tell me. So I got to go to North Carolina in May. That's going to be hot and humid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I'm not going there. I'm going to Oregon. Oh, never mind. I thought I was going there. I'm not going there.
I mean, better May than like June.
Yeah.
Tell me
that's the most humid.
Yeah.
What are the months to go to avoid mosquitoes, humidity, racism, stupidity? I mean, what are the best months for that?
Well, I don't think you can avoid stupidity. As far as the racism, I don't know. I've never experienced it.
Like the fog in England, patchy. It depends on the areas you go.
Yeah,
and also probably depends on the fact that you probably would not experience it, Randy.
Well, that's probably a topic for a different time. But anyway,
have you seen a mirror?
Yeah. The times to go. You want to stay out of the dead of summer.
Well, yeah.
But generally, September it starts to get nice again, and October. I don't know. He's from the South. He can tell you more than I can. But I know what I've experienced. May, June, July. Yeah, it gets muggy and buggy.
So what do you say? Thanksgiving, the perfect time?
April, you cut it off. Don't go.
Okay.
After April.
It's kind of the way we do our outside remote rule.
Yeah.
So when can I go?
And then after August, you can go.
So September to April is a safe zone.
Yeah.
Probably the second week of September.
Okay.
On.
Because my mom moved there, so I'll probably have to go visit her at some point.
There you
I
go.
mean, even if I guess got to read the will. Anyway, God, that was horrible. Damn. Watch, this will be the day she actually decides, I just see how Jeopardy. Oh. I just okay. Don't mess with us on the April Fool's jokes because we don't fall for it either. So no breaking news from the super fans today. If you hear me reading a text and they say breaking news, you just stop me right there, okay, Randy? Okay. You just say whoa. No breaking news.
Keon and I will we will keep our nose to the news wires very closely today.
So let's talk about what happened since we were last year. We were last year on Thursday, and since then, we went through Sweet 16, we went through the Elite 8, and now here we are ready for the Final Four. And the most impressive thing, I guess, that came out of the entire weekend, Keon's got to be North Carolina State, right? Beating Duke for the first time that they get to go to a Final Four since 1983. So I mean, they're number 11 in hanging around a bunch of ones. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive, and they're a really good team, and they're the hottest team in the tournament. When they won the ACC tournament, that is something that we talked about a little bit. Was you were not supposed to be in the NCAA tournament, NC State, but you won your conference tournament. You got hot, and they just kept it rolling. And good for them. And to go up against Duke, an ACC rival, and have the chance to knock them out of the Elite Eight, pretty fun.
Oh, by the way, North Carolina State's got a guy who is probably going to be looked at by the NBA, but also the NFL. A lot of NFL teams are like, "Hey, talk to us about DJ Burns." DJ Burns, 6'9", 275 pounds. He's pretty damn good basketball player. He's averaging 18 and some points a game, 5 rebounds, and even some assists. And but he's also I think they're looking at him just maybe to be a tight end or something because of his size.
I guess because of his size, he is being a big guy, but being a big guy with great feet. That's the thing that the NFL loves to have.
Yeah, he's got
especially when it comes to guys that can play on the line. That's really big. We don't think of linemen as being really light on their toes, but they have to be. The best ones are. They're big guys that can move around. And if you watch DJ Burns play in the post, he is really polished. He does have good feet. Yeah, so like that kind of thing is hard for NFL teams to look away from.
And watching this weekend, I was impressed just by how good he is with the basketball too. He's got good hands. It's not like when they get the ball inside to him that he doesn't know what to do with it. So he's a good athlete. I could see him as a tight end, but there's no way he's 275. Come on, somebody's pulling your leg there.
What are you talking about?
This guy's easily 300 pounds.
Oh yeah.
Easily. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's easy 300.
Well, here's some guys who were basketball players and then went in the NFL as football players. Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, Jimmy Graham, even Julius Peppers. So, there's a lot of names there that, made that transition. And I'm sure where's the money better, though?
NBA money is better generally, but it depends on what kind of player you are. Like NBA superstar money is way better, but depending on if you play a valuable enough position in the NFL, you might be able to. But I just think generally,
if you're a good tight end, then you're going to make more money than a marginal NBA player, right?
Yeah, but one injury and you're done. In the NBA, you're not so likely to get that type of an injury.
It's fully guaranteed in the NBA too. Yeah. So if you do get hurt, get your money. You're not out of a job suddenly trying to get back in the league.
And look what Ben Simmons just has done to the NBA. I mean, DJ Burns ought to be able to collect at least $100 million.
I don't know how Ben Simmons did it, but he turned the entirety of the NBA. He's just that one guy who works the system better than anybody else.
Seems to have it figured out.
I don't think it's on purpose, but maybe some people do. By the way, can I just say something? Okay, so where's my thing here? Where's the thing that tells me who's playing who? Oh, here we go. All right, I want North Carolina State to beat Purdue. Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because the coach swore on our damn radio station. I was listening, I was driving, and the coach walks up and he drops the S-bomb. Just like it doesn't even matter. And Westwood One didn't catch it, and it went out on our air. And I'm like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" And then
he says
Zach
Edey complaining about cursing on the air.
Zach, well, there's a difference in cursing. What I have cursed is FCC compliant. What he cursed, not so much. And Zach Edey, he dropped an F-bomb in a post-game interview. I don't think it was on our air, but that was on, I think it was on, I don't know which network it was on. But yeah, you dropped the F-bomb. So, wow, bunch of foul potty mouths at Purdue. So now I kind of want North Carolina State to take these bastards out because don't you mess with that's my job. You don't just stay in your lane, coach. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna root for them now. So here's the schedule for Saturday. North Carolina State taking on Purdue at noon, and then after that you got Alabama and UConn. How are your guys' brackets doing?
I have one left.
I have none left. It's over.
I got a bunch. I mean, my real bracket that I did because I did two. We did the vowels thing, and by the way, mine is beating Ralph's. I did the least vowels win. He did the most vowels win, and I am beating him, but we are both of us second from the bottom. There's just one guy at the very, very bottom who I think had a heart attack while filling out his bracket and just died. And that was just maybe, I don't know. That's the only reason I can think that guy is worse than what we have.
Okay.
But the one for the radio station, I'm like in 26th place.
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm not going to win this. By the way, remember how Ralph's wife was kind of killing it? She has plummeted all the way down to the very, very bottom of the thing.
That's too bad.
She had a slow start, and then she got rolling, and then back to
too bad for Pippi.
Back to the bottom of the list.
Your fortunes can change very, very quickly in March Madness.
Oh, yeah.
Radio Ron is trying to text something to me, but the text line's freezing up. Oh, boy, I hope he's not yelling at us. Listen, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll find out what he's trying to say. And, bunch more texts just came in. We'll get caught up on that text line. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Major League Baseball, the Diamondbacks are home in Phoenix tonight as they take on the New York Yankees to begin a 3-game series. It'll be Ryan Nelson getting the start for Arizona, Luis Gil for the Yankees. New York is coming off at the 4-game sweep of the Houston Astros. Arizona took 3 of 4 from the Colorado Rockies. The Diamondbacks getting a run and a half tonight, minus 160 on the run line. The Yankees minus the run and a half, plus 132. On the money line, New York minus 118. Arizona is at even money. The over-under run total is at 10. The over minus 106. The under minus 114. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Come join American Furniture Warehouse and see our amazing deals on sofas, sectionals, recliners, bedroom furniture and mattresses, dining room furniture and accessories. AFW has the latest styles, largest selection, and lowest prices anywhere. Our warehouses are full and ready for you to take your new furniture home today. At American Furniture Warehouse, you'll find the perfect items for your space at a price you'll love. Visit one of our 3 Phoenix area showrooms or shop online at afw.com. afw.com.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harmon Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast at harmonsolar.com.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, so here's what Radio Ron was trying to say. We're okay. We're not in trouble. He says North Carolina State also has their women's basketball team qualified for the Final Four yesterday. Not sure if that's ever happened before, where the men and women team from the same school are both in their respective Final Four. I don't know, Keon, has that happened before? I imagine it. I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
I wouldn't be shocked if it did either. That's something I can.
But when have you heard about it last, right?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard about it in my life, but
I think he was paying attention for a different reason, though. He says, word is I may have benefited from a small parlay wager on those 2 North Carolina State teams winning this past weekend. Oh, I'll tell you what, betting will make, an amateur sports fan into an expert pretty damn quick, right? 888-368-1580. Swazman says, hey, Jeffrey, how about that UConn dominance so far? Why can't some of that Hurley family coaching rub off on our Hurley coach here in Tempe?
Boy, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And by the way, according to Google, Georgia was the first to do it in 1983 when both men and women qualified for the Final Four.
Well, who's the last school to do that, though?
Well, I mean, NC State would be the latest.
NC State would be the latest.
I meant before them.
South Carolina in 2017 before that.
There you go.
Syracuse in 2016. UConn in 2014. Louisville in 2013.
I guess it happens a lot.
UConn in 2011 and UConn again in 2009. And those were both 1 seeds. LSU in 06. Michigan State in 05. UConn again in 04. Texas in 03. Oklahoma in 02. And then Duke was the second team ever in 99.
There you go. So it's not uncommon at all. We just didn't notice, I guess. Noah. It's really coming out of my mouth weird when my voice is breaking.
Mm-hmm.
Noah says, The most impressive thing to come out of the weekend was Arizona losing to Clemson, Sweet 16. Wasn't that great? Yes. Oh, God. Thank you, Clemson. Thank you
called
so
it, Jeffrey.
much.
You were the one, I believe
know.
last week, we had our betting specialist on, and
Yeah, Corby.
you called it. How bad is it going to be when Clemson beats U of A? I'm pretty sure I heard you say that on the air last week.
I didn't say if. I said when.
When, yeah.
Damn right. And yet I can't win the lottery. Great. Okay. Beer Bob says, sorry, Jeffrey, but yeah, Vontae Davis. Yeah, that sucks. 35 years old and Vontae Davis passes away. I don't know if they've figured out of what yet, but that is really sad. I mean, he was a Colt, but he was also a Dolphin and some other teams as well. He's a great cornerback. We drafted him back in I think 2009, but yeah, that is sad. That I guess we'll figure out what's going on with that later. Fifth letter says that's effing ridiculous. Go North Carolina State. Yeah, that's why I'm going for them. That's all, because their coach was swearing on the radio. That's why. The only reason, because Purdue's coach was swearing the radio. So now we're all rooting for North Carolina State. Plus, my mom just moved there, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, having visited there several times now.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but it's either a Duke or North Carolina. You don't get a whole lot of people that are North Carolina State fans. It's either powder blue or dark blue there.
Well, maybe you will now.
Maybe you will now. I do.
Maybe.
It's funny because Drake May projected to be second quarterback taken in the draft, and a lot of he was saying this weekend and some trash talking with some NC State fans.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ends up at NC State on purpose. You try to get to Duke and North Carolina,
and
then you wind up at NC.
So NC State is like Denny's. You don't ever go there on purpose. You just kind of end up there because there's you have no better options.
You just kind of end up,
yeah.
Bruno Baller says there may have been a year where the men and women from Connecticut made the Final Four the same year. Yeah, we just gave you the rundown on all that.
Yeah. When you say a year, the years are 4 of them.
Yes, quite a few.
It happened 4 times, and they won the national title those years too.
Wilbur says, well, Lent's over, so my 40 days of not saying anything bad about Tempe Normal, well, that's a lie right there. You're going to burn in Christian hell for that, because saying that you gave up talking bad, I can scroll back just a few days and you were talking crap about ASU. And are you starting to get sweaty and hot? Because you're gonna lying like that. Radio Ron, let's see. He just texted in. UConn has had men's and women's teams in the National Basketball Championship in the same year. Last time that happened was 2014. Oh, all the way to the finals. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pierre is joining us, and now I got to hit the translate button. There it is. I should have just done that. I could tell my computer to do it automatically, but I don't have to keep pushing the button. Pierre said, I'm just going to have to read it straight. I don't think I can do any kind of voice. He says, it's a beautiful first day of April here in Montreal. High today of 11 degrees Celsius, which is about 52 American degrees. I was going to take issue with that, and I'm like, no, he's right. He's right. Yeah. Jeffrey, can I recommend some honey? Yeah, everybody does. He says,
he can't. She's out of town. Didn't you hear him? Pierre.
No.
Honey's out of town.
Yeah, okay. For my throat. Anyway. Yeah, what happened to our Phoenix Suns? Well, that's a fair question. I'm gonna ask that question myself here in a little bit. But
collapse.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look with Oklahoma. We'll get to that in a minute.
Lack of mental toughness. Anyway, go ahead.
I got me?
No.
Oh,
the Suns.
I have a lack of voice toughness right now, but
you're a tough mutter.
Feel like it.
Yeah.
So people have been asking me about Jared McCain. He's a guard from Duke, and he paints his fingernails. and he got an NIL deal with a nail polish brand called Sally Hansen, and it's like $1 million deal for the fingernail polish. Well, let me just give you my official word on this. It's not a man card violation to mess around and paint a fingernail. Just, some people do it stylish. Look at Lenny Kravitz, man. That dude does all kinds of stuff to himself. He'll take your woman at will. He doesn't. I don't care how committed you think that relationship is. He just says her, and it's over.
Not when Lenny walks in the room.
She's leaving with you right there. I mean, with him. So, it's not manly. It's not manly, but it's not a man card violation.
It's a thing, though, right? I mean, it's like a fashion thing, right?
Yeah, well,
it's not
I think it's a boredom thing. I don't know. I've seen Keon occasionally with a painted nail or two, and I thought he's either got nieces who, like, when a kid comes up and wants to put makeup on you, or fingernail polish on you, stickers on you, do whatever they want, you let them. Because that's just, you do that for the little girl or, the little kid. Sure. And, so, there's no man violation on that. You just, when the child wants to play with you play with the child. But they also, I don't know, you just sitting around, you're like, what the heck? Let's see what happens. So, Keon, when you've done it, what has been your reason?
I just felt like it.
Yeah, okay. See what I mean?
Boredom?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's just I want to see what it looked like, and
I just like that.
So I did it again.
They wear those little bracelets and stuff, a little leather blur, like Jeremy Clarkson from the Top Gear show or the Grand Tour now.
Yeah,
he's a big oaf of a man, and he wears all sorts of little bracelets, which I'm sure probably mean something to him from certain people in his life or his family, or he just likes to wear a bunch of damn bracelets. I don't know. It's just so I just kind of see it that way. So no man card violation for Jared McCain, the guard from Duke. In fact, tip of the hat for getting $1 million bucks out of it. Why would? And he even says, "I'm sorry if this offends any of you guys." He says, "By the way, it's not young people; it's always old guys. It's old grown guys? Men most of the time who have a problem with this." And I'm like, "You're just a grown man hating on a kid." And he says, "Doesn't affect me at all. I just laugh at it." Yeah, well, I'm not hating on him. I mean, the truth is, no, it's not very manly, but it's not a man card violation. And hell, you could put full on makeup on me like David Bowie every day if you paid me some NIL money. Bam. I'd have the air, remember that little arrow shot that goes through and the lipstick and the eyeliner? Oh, the whole damn thing. I wouldn't even care. You want to pay me $1.2 million? I'm wearing makeup. Maybe I'm born with $1 million. No, maybe that crap is Maybelline. I'll put it on right now.
There it is.
Prison Wallet's got it. He says, "I'll paint whatever you want for $1 million. Don't even care if it's a man card violation." No, that's just smart.
I think the bigger violation is just turning down $1 million for no reason. But hey, that's just me.
Yeah, it's called being dumb as hell. Noah says, "Is it a man card violation to be a cross-dresser? I'm asking for a friend." No, man, just wear whatever you want. Being manly is what you decide to be. I'm a manly man. Okay. And so it has nothing to do with sexuality, has nothing to do with what you wear. It's how you have decided to present yourself. And if you tell me I have decided to present myself, or I am, a manly man, well, then I'm going to call you on stuff when it's not manly. That's all. That's all it is. Prison Wallet, I can't even read that on air, but I guess good to know.
Sure.
Just imagine what Prison Wallet would do. Or has had to do.
Yeah, when you say Prison Wallet and I can't read that on air,
yeah.
And
that is probably one of the more mild things that anyway. Swazman says, "Doesn't Burns remind you of Big Baby or Sir Charles? Plus Burns has a soft left-handed shot. He's good on TV. CBS likes Burns too."
Yeah.
We're talking about the big kid, DJ Burns from
Nikola
North Carolina
Jokic,
State.
big DJ Burns fan.
Yeah,
which makes sense actually, because they have a very similar way that they play.
Well, you would know better than anybody, Keon. Is this kid going to the NBA or is he going to the NFL?
I mean, just based on his experience and having familiarity on a basketball court, I would say NBA. And he can play. He's a really skilled guy, and I don't know. The way that the college game works, a lot of guys don't have that polish playing in the post anymore. He's got it, and when you can finish with the left hand like that as a right-handed player, there's got to be a spot for you somewhere.
Ooh. Prison Wallet is now also texting about finishing with the left hand.
Oh boy!
no.
Boy!
No. We could have gone all day without that.
I met multiple lifetimes without knowing that. Honestly,
he says, "I'm not gay, but $20 is $20."
Wow.
There was
This
that
show
one
is
time, but
gone
it
off
was
the rails here.
I needed a ride, so that doesn't count either. I'm kidding.
Thought we weren't going to talk about that again.
I didn't need the ride. It was fun. Anyway, Hurry Harry says LSU versus Iowa. Who do you have? Better things to do. Kiss the Cooks.
Damn.
I'm just
damn man.
Cold. I'm just kidding. We'll let Keon field that one.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm going LSU. I just think that as a team, they are a more complete team, even though the best player on the court would be Caitlin Clark at that point.
So she's going to make some serious money.
Yeah, she's going to do all right in life.
Doesn't she already have a deal from somebody on the table?
She does. I don't remember exactly what it.
No,
what
it's the Big Three offered her $5 million.
Oh, that was it. That was it. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And
Okay.
she can still be in the WNBA if she wants.
See, I thought there was another deal on the table. I thought I was reading about that earlier, but hey, I don't know.
If there is, I haven't heard about it yet.
Yeah.
Kiss the Cook says, I'll wear a kilt and make banana prints for $1 million. I mean, I don't know what that means, but I kind of know what that means. And now I'm wishing I hadn't read that. Manitoban Moose says, wait, your mom is in North Carolina now, Jeffrey? I thought your mom was dead. No, that's Randy's mom. She's really dead.
Yeah, she's
my
very,
mom, very dead.
She's no longer here with us. It's
Can't
really
be
sad,
more
too.
dead than Randy's mom.
Wish you guys hadn't brought her up today, being April Fool's Day and everything.
Did she die on April Fool's Day?
No.
Well, then what are you complaining about?
I have no idea. It's emotional.
Did you guys share like really great April Fool's Days or something?
No. Mm-mm.
Did you pull epic pranks on her in April Fool's?
Can't say that I did. No.
Yeah. So what do you shut up. Manitoban Moose says somebody on the show is always saying it's Randy. Randy's mom is really, really dead. I mean, she is so dead.
Can we not talk about that today? Very emotional day today.
Yeah, okay. Fifth letter says my little cousin Lenny used to paint his nails as a kid. Now he's married to his husband and goes by Lily. And so what's the problem? and I bet that if this Lenny actually exists, Lenny's happier than you are. Prison Wallet says Caitlin plays in the Big Three. She's going to need that $5 million to cover her medical bills. No way this is a good idea. Where they play rough over there in the Big Three?
Do they? I haven't watched it in a long time, but when I watched it, it didn't seem all that tough.
Does Tanya Harding play in the Big Three?
Tanya Harding does not play in the Big Three.
I think she's fine then.
And like, it's not active NBA guys in the Big Three. It's guys that have retired, you know, 40s, 50s. I think she'll be okay. I think she'll be all right.
Hurry Harry says there's another deal for her for $10 million from another basketball team, and that was overseas. Yeah, I mean, if she's smart, everybody needs to stop going to Russia. Everybody needs to stop going to Russia, or China, or wherever they go to play.
They've got women's basketball in Europe. They've got it in Australia. You don't have to go to Russia.
Yeah, stay out of the places where you see a lot of movies where they're the bad guys. You know what I mean?
It's a pretty solid guide.
If you're not sure about your geopolitical stuff going on right now, just refer to the Marvel universe, or just James Bond movies, or Mission Impossible. Any one of those kinds of movies. If those guys have villains with scars from those places, don't go play basketball there. That just seems pretty wise.
That's fair.
Yeah, don't do that.
Probably I wouldn't go to Australia either.
I mean, probably not,
Australia.
but Australia's at least.
Australia's fun.
You seen the critters they have
yeah,
there?
The animals
They
are
would
the
kill you?
villains in
Well,
Australia,
listen,
but
you don't have to go wandering the outback to play basketball
Oh
in
no,
Australia.
no! These nasty ass spiders and critters and crazy everything that can kill you shows up in the city. And you turn on a light and there's a giant spider hanging over your bed. No, no,
yeah.
You don't need to go to Australia.
That happened to me Easter Sunday. Was at my sister-in-law's house. We were having a very nice dinner. It was very, very well done. And I'm sitting there minding my own business. A spider drops into my hair.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
And that's not even Australia.
That's not even Australia.
No,
The
that's
Australian spiders are bigger.
Like
In
guess that could happen
Australia,
anywhere.
the spider would land on your head. It would put a knife to your neck and be like demanding your wallet, and then lay eggs inside your ear that would come out your butthole later. I'm
Oh,
telling you, that's what Australia is.
a direct route to the lower level there.
If you really understand anatomy, that's how that works with your
Ear
hole.
to butthole.
Yeah,
don't-
it's very.
I think there's no.
I'm going to show. I'll draw a diagram.
Okay. All right.
Screaming
I don't-
Eagle, the doctor who listens, he can back me up on this.
I don't think there's going to be a correlation there.
Spider eggs in ear,
Doesn't
live
come out.
spiders coming out your butt.
No. Mm-mm.
Want to bet?
No.
$5,
No.
$10,
No.
$100 bet.
No. Yeah, I'm still not betting
See, you know what you're
because
talking about.
I know I'm right and I don't have to bet.
If you knew you were right, you would just bet.
No. And I cannot be. I've been doing this with you for 30 years. I
always win the bets.
I can easily, thwart your bets. I can easily
By chickening out of them. Yeah, sure.
No.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little more about the NCAA tournament stuff. And I don't know what else. The other. The Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks. Oh, we got to watch that tonight. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Did you know one of the best investments you can make? It's in yourself. At My Computer Career, in just a few months, you could start your new career in the high-demand, recession-resistant field of information technology. Isn't it time you invest in you and start a career in networking, cybersecurity, AI, or upskill to boost your current IT career? So, get the ROI you deserve at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Start now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
When it's time for the March Mania brackets to bust wide open. As I was saying, it's mad. The mania of March at BetUS.com is all about those buzzer beat bonus offers. And when the madness starts and Cinderella man steps onto the BetUS always has your back with back-to-back 125% sign-up bonuses on your first 3 deposits and even 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS.com Sportsbook and Casino, where the game. Join today. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy?
Totalmente.
And you get unlimited 5G data, $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan at an amazing price with no contracts. Should you switch to Total by Verizon? Definitely.
Totalmente.
Find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate without a pay, plus taxes and fees. Discount begins the month after you enroll. Additional terms apply. See website for data management practices.
There's a reason why conventional healthcare is referred to as practicing medicine. Hi, this is Dr. Hannah Lindsay. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. I regularly see patients with a variety of acute and chronic health conditions, including many autoimmune and rheumatological diseases. We can restore pain-free joint function and balance immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and overall well-being. We emphasize natural and holistic interventions with lifestyle changes and take advantage of the full palette of care options from traditional remedies to modern science. We collaborate with experts in a wide range of health disciplines, including physical therapists and specialist physicians, referring patients as needed to ensure the most effective care possible. So how about a second opinion on your health? You might just end up feeling like yourself again. Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161, or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
It's not just a job. It's shaping the heart of our city. The City of Chandler's Public Works and Utilities Department is the driving force behind our city's success. We invest in you with continued training, benefits, and a supportive team environment. where career advancement is in your future. Learn more at jointeamchandler.com. Be a part of something bigger. This message is sponsored by the City of Chandler.
Your home for sports.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Later on this Monday, April 1st edition. Brian currently taking care of his dog's duties. And there he is.
Little bastard, it was a false alarm. He just wanted my attention. And he gets the attention every time he farts like that. Oh, my God.
Clear a room. Yeah.
And he just walks outside, turns around and says, "Hey, look, there's water." I'm like, oh, geez. And by the way, Randy, when's this rain going to end?
Today. Today is the end.
Dude, don't stand here and fart. Go.
Yeah. No more rain after today for a while. But the temperatures are going to be fluctuating throughout the week. So
this is like throwing a grenade and the dog brings it back to you. Only when he brings it back, it's a fart. Could you just go over there? Just go.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you licking the dresser? Oh my, this dog is weird. You gonna give us a weather forecast
somehow? I guess. What's that?
Oh, you're eating.
I can give you a weather
this
forecast.
Is great timing for you to start eating.
All right. Well,
just as Keon does it.
1580, the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Rain throughout the day today, but it's subsiding by this evening. Right now, under mostly sunny conditions, 63 degrees. And it's going to be a beautiful week ahead of us. 77 the high tomorrow, 82 on Wednesday in sunshine, 68 on Friday, 67 on Saturday, and returning back to the mid-70s by next week. Weekend's going to be gorgeous. No more rain. Just basically some clouds, sunshine. It's good to be in Phoenix, Arizona, ladies and gentlemen. Again, under mostly cloudy skies, 63 degrees. So let's go back to you, Jeff Go, from the Hartman Solar 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White.
So, so the rain is done, though, right? The rain is done.
Yeah, I don't see any more in the forecast. No, not at this time.
It was just raining about an hour ago.
Yeah, we had a great storm system that swept across the state. Yeah.
What the hell are you eating anyway?
Some of Miss Kim's sourdough bread.
You guys both realize there's 21 hours that we're not on the microphones, right?
I didn't in front of a microphone.
You do a lot. You do while we're on air. I'm just saying there's 21 hours where you could be doing your eating. Just saying. Both of you.
I mean,
sorry,
Dad. Won't do it again. He's giving me the eye.
Swuzman says, Jeffrey, it's roller coaster weather here in Arizona. 87 on Thursday. Not quite summer, not quite finished with winter. Yeah, it was a little chilly earlier. So, all right. Hey, I mean, listen, I'm glad. It's like, I don't call it roller coaster weather. I call it
springtime in Arizona.
Like taking off a overloaded airplane weather, just kind of bouncing on the runway before it gets up in the sky, and now you're hundreds.
Well, I mean, before you know it, it's going to be 113. So enjoy what you have right now.
Yep. Baker's Cocky Hen says the Suns should draft Caitlin Clark. Boy, good God, they could use some help. I don't know. I mean, we've only had one game since we've last talked, so it's not like they went on this big losing streak. It was one game. They lost to Oklahoma City Thunder. They lost in typical Suns fashion, where Gilligan Alexander was not in, and yet the Suns got blown the hell out. So I don't know what you want from me. I don't know. I don't know what to believe about this Suns team.
I just feel like this team is not mentally tough. And I don't know why I think that, because it seems like Keon has said, and I've been watching this since he's talked about this, the team seems to play up or down, but there are these teams that they're it's sort of a question mark for me as a Suns fan. You expect them to go out and compete, and yet they get manhandled by Oklahoma. Now, look, I know Oklahoma's a good team, but are you kidding me? Devin Booker, playoff experience. Kevin Durant, playoff experience. Gordon, experience. Go on down like Bradley Beal, experience. These guys should be at least competing in these games, if not winning them, especially this time of year. It just looks like they're, for me, it's a question mark, and I think it's mental toughness. I just think they're not locked in.
I also think they're just not very, when it comes to being a center, the center play has just been hit or miss. You get, Yusuf Nurkic back, but it was not a good Nurkic game. And sure, the stat sheet offensively, not good for him, but like defensively, he was just getting bullied by Chet. And you just can't have that happen to you. I don't think it was a bad game for the Suns necessarily in terms of moving the basketball around, but you just can't have one guy be erased from the game, and that was Nurkic, just completely taken out of it.
So Oklahoma City has now beaten the Suns every time they played them. And, of course, Kevin Durant's not worried about it. Kevin Durant says, I like our chances of getting anybody regardless. Who knows? Maybe we see him again. Okay, that's nice to hear, but they've beaten you 3 times.
Yeah, but like you're not like in a row, like over the course of a season. And I think what Kevin's trying to say, if I'm going to be generous about it, is that in a 7-game series, it's just different. You have to make adjustments when you see the same team today, and then 2 days from now, you're going to see them again. You get really familiar with that team, and if you're able to make adjustments, find what their weak points are, in a more dedicated way than you would in the regular season, you can beat them. I don't feel great about it, though.
Well, the Oklahoma City Thunder is the top dog right now, at least today, because the Denver Nuggets are a half a game back off of them. Phoenix Suns are way down there, 9 games out and not in the playoffs. They're in the play-ins. And right now, Phoenix Suns are in 8th place in the Western Conference standings. And of course, like we've said, that can change for the good. It can change for the bad. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to get? Because once again, we had an opportunity. And we can't beat you when your best players aren't there. But we can totally beat you when all your best players are there. I don't even know what to make of this team anymore.
And to be fair to the Thunder too, like even though Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is their best player, Josh Giddey is really damn good. Chet Holmgren is really damn good. Like Cason Wallace is a really good basketball player. Like they have a bunch of young players that do play at a high level. That's why they've won 52 games so far this year. So it hasn't just all been SGA.
Yes, but they have a great stable of great talent over there in Oklahoma City. Yes, but I get kind of frustrated hearing we have Kevin Durant, we have Devin Booker, we have Bradley Beal, and to keep hearing, well, the other team has got this, that, and there's no excuses for me as far as I can see for this Phoenix Suns team not rising above some of these young, upstart, good teams that are out there. All the experience should be on our side, shouldn't it? I mean,
I'm not. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying that this isn't a bad loss. It absolutely is. What I am saying is it's not just if you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Thunder are good, and if you take them away, they're bad. It's not that simple. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, I get that. I guess I'm just kind of tired of hearing these, same stories about how good the other teams. I don't care anymore. I want to see why the Suns are not stepping up. And to me, I think it's mental lapse. It might be coaching.
I don't think it's mental lapse. You know what I think it is? There's no heart and no soul in this team anymore.
Well, I guess that's what I mean.
You don't have those young guys urgency. Who are excited. You got a bunch of lunchbox players, Kevin Durant gets paid to do a job. He shows up. He does it very well. And this man will give you his heart. He'll give you everything he has. And he has carried this team on his back more than a few times when they should have had a loss. So nothing bad to say about Kevin Durant. But, Bradley Beal, lunchbox player, Devin Booker he's a consistent lunchbox player who could pop off for a big game. That's just not the way he's been doing things lately. So then that doesn't happen. And then you got a bunch of guys, on the bench. It's just a bunch of hired guns, kind of feels like. You don't have. Remember, we had the Cams, and we had other people that were just like, I don't know. It was a heart and a soul thing. You felt like, yeah, we can do this, guys. These guys are just kind of like, yeah, we might do it. We might not. We get paid.
Yeah, it's like the Mike Tyson thing of everybody's got to get a plan until they get punched in the mouth, and it just feels like the Suns get punched in the mouth and they just go down. And that's, well, you're 8 games away from the postseason. That can't be it. That just can't be the issue.
Yeah, I can't blame Kevin Durant, but I will say, I don't feel like the heart and the soul is there, and it doesn't feel like if the heart and soul is Devin Booker, he's not leading. He leads by example, but maybe he's not. I don't know. This is something that just sort of formed in my head just from watching all the Suns basketball this year. Just doesn't feel like that special something is in there. Got a lot of talents. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. That's what we are. Maybe. Hour 2 of the Daily Blender is next year on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
It seems like everybody's talking about the traffic on Valley Roads these days. You know what else everybody's talking about? The absolute best restaurant to take your family and friends to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. Now with 2 Valley locations. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for great dining without the show? Kasai offers an awesome selection on Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily from 6 p.m. and enjoy outdoor dining on the heated patio. So whether you're here for spring training, March Madness, or just to enjoy the Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. You take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 locations, Scottsdale and now in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppin.com. That's Kasai Teppin.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Do you know about 211 Arizona? It's a free service to connect you with resources anywhere in Arizona. Housing assistance and eviction prevention, transportation and ride services, healthcare benefits, food resources, and even utility bill support. Talk to a live operator in English or Spanish, 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Just dial 211 or visit 211arizona.org. Get connected, get answers, and get the help you need. This message is sponsored by 211 Arizona.
Come join American Furniture Warehouse and see our amazing deals on sofas, sectionals, recliners, bedroom furniture and mattresses, dining room furniture and accessories. AFW has the latest styles, largest selection, and lowest prices anywhere. Our warehouses are full and ready for you to take your new furniture home today. At American Furniture Warehouse, you'll find the perfect items for your space at a price you'll love. Visit one of our 3 Phoenix area showrooms or shop online at afw.com. AFW.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
Oh, right. I can't even do that.
Welcome to Public Radio.
Hello. It's a Daily Blender. You're on 1580 The Fanatic. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Ah, boy, my voice is threatening to leave, so who knows what's going to happen next. I've got some of the information from the bracket contest to see, who's got a good shot. And I'm trying to see if I see any texters here. Oh, Hurry Harry is in the top 10.
All right.
And so is Random Texter. And boy, I recognize some of these names, but I don't know the texter nicknames connected to them. So if you're hanging in there with your bracket, well, congratulations and good luck. If you win it, you'll get $1,580. If you get second prize, you end up with what? You have $500 gift card to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. So very cool seeing who still has a chance to get the big prize right there.
I heard Ron say the third prize was dinner and drinks with Keon at his apartment.
That's true. Keon is going to.
That's what I heard.
There's no such prize.
Make Jeffrey O'Brien's famous first date dinner. I actually, somebody asked me to give them a recipe for a dinner for a cookbook, and I gave it to them. I said, "Here is my recipe. This is a perfect first date dinner." Now, this is me back when I was a bachelor, and so here's what you do. I'll tell you, Keon, you got a pen? You might want to write this down.
All right. He's getting a pen now.
Yeah, you got to write this down because you're going to want this. So what you do is you buy a package of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and you get like an entire box of butter. And then you get a box of fake potatoes. And then you get a bag of corn. And then you get a couple of packets of Béarnaise sauce. Okay? So you do is you get a glass dish. You put all the chicken in the pan. And then you slice up the butter like it was like a cucumber or something, and you just completely coat the pan and the chicken with butter. You're going to cook it in butter. Then you spice it with all the stuff you like. You like garlic powder, onion powder, whatever. Put it in the oven for 275 degrees, and you slow cook that thing. And okay, so then while that's going on, you make your Béarnaise sauce, you cook the corn, and you make the fake potatoes. Then once the chicken's done cooking in the oven, could be hours. I don't know. I don't ever put a timer on it. You just check it. It's like, oh, it's falling apart. Okay, it's ready to go. And so you put the chicken on the plate, the corn on the plate, the mashed potatoes on the plate, and you use that Béarnaise sauce like gravy, and you pour it on everything. It's a heart attack on a plate.
It is a heart attack, but boy, that sounds good.
It's one of the best things you will ever eat. And if you make that for her, I promise that you'll find the things in your bedroom that you need to batten down, if you know what I mean. From the squeaky.
Wow.
Good to know.
Just saying. So it's Jeffrey O'Brien's perfect first date dinner. Now, I'm not saying you make the dinner for them on the first date. I'm saying it's for the first date you make dinner for them, like back at your place.
Right.
So if you make the perfect first date dinner for a listener, this could be a win-win for you.
See that? That's
I mean,
that's what you should make when it's dinner and drinks for the third place recipient of the bracket challenge.
There is no dinner and drinks at my place. Certainly for third place.
I thought it was. I
have agreed to and promised not a thing about this. No.
So I'm pretty sure that we could create the evidence that it was said.
Oh yeah.
You probably could. But
Randy will deep fake the hell out of you.
But just like if it had been said before, as now, not agreeing to it.
Yeah, but we'll make you agree to it.
Yeah, there's that. So
AI can do a lot of things these days.
Only with 12 fingers, though.
Yeah. There are 19 fingers. Excuse me a second. Hey, no, you false alarmed me talking like you had to go to the bathroom. I took you downstairs. We went all the way out to the back, and you just sat there and looked at me and laughed. So guess what? You're going to have to hold it for a while. He's not going to hold it. He's probably going to take a big old dump right in front of me.
Right in the middle of the room.
I hope he doesn't do it. You better not do it. Go lay down. We got 2 more hours of this crap.
You shouldn't use crap.
He isn't going to make it.
Shouldn't use the word crap.
Well, that's also kind of the way I'm just going to warn the listeners. Anyway, let's see here. Baker's cocky hens. We were talking about the Phoenix Suns maybe not having the gusto, having the heart. And Baker's cocky hen says these guys don't play hard games that don't matter. That is just how it is now. They're healthy and they're in the play-in. They're going to be fine. Problem is the Lakers are doing the same thing and can beat the Suns if Vanderbilt is back healthy. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either, but I always hate watching teams that treat the regular season like some switch that they can just turn on in the playoffs. Like whatever the thing that you're missing, we'll start really going after it in the playoffs. No, you won't, because you haven't built any of the habits. You're, when the chips are down, the practice coming back in hard games or the toughness to beat teams with good rosters. Like that's the stuff you practice during the season, so you can do it in the playoffs. With 8 games to go, you're not flipping that switch.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the Lakers. I'm not. What I'm worried about is the Suns blowing it and then falling out of the play-in. You know what I mean? But I mean, to fall out of the play-in, how far down do you have to go to not be in the play-in?
They'd have to fall a bit because they're.
They'd have to go to 11th place. They have to drop to where the Rockets are right now, right? Because
basically, like the Warriors
7,
are the
8,
last
9, and
team.
10, right? They're in the play-in.
And the Suns. I think the Suns are winning at a better clip than they are. So would be tough to see the Suns falling out of the play-in, but like the West is loaded. So
it's not impossible.
Somebody is going to be in the play-in. I would be in the 7th or 8th seed if you have to be in there. Because you only need to win one play-in game to get in, if that's where you are. If you're 9 and 10, you've got to win one to not fall out. Then you've got to win another one to get in. So, don't put yourself through that.
We shall see. We shall see. Just another face in the crowd says, in Australia, a few years ago, a guy was killed at a fancy hotel by a cassowary bird. The hell is a cassowary bird? Is this a joke
Killed
where I
by
say
a cassowary bird?
I say what's a cassowary bird, and then you're like punchline that makes me want to jump off of oh no, that's a cassowary. Oh, it looks like a very fancy emu. That's what it looks like. It looks like a very fancy ostrich.
Emo killed this guy?
Apparently, cassowaries are stronger than emus.
Mm-hmm. They got like this weird prehistoric helmet.
And their claws are pretty sharp. So if you find that one of them kind of scratches you with the feet there, that could do some damage. Apparently.
Killed a guy.
Interesting.
Kill a guy. Randy's chuckle says Jones dropped 3 easy outs against the Diamondbacks, now allowed more to stretch a single to an inside the park home run. The Diamondbacks playing right now? I thought the Yankees game was later. Are you just talking about them playing the Rockies?
Later. Yeah, I didn't think they were on till later.
You're confusing me there, Randy's chuckle. And then he sends me a link, which I cannot open, so I have no idea what it is. Fifth letter says, what the hell, DraftKings? I placed a run line bet this morning for the Braves to cover -1.5 runs. Game got rained out in the 8th inning. Braves winning 8-0, and DraftKings voided the bet. Ain't that something? I had to void the bet if there wasn't a complete contest. Right? I mean, don't they have to? I don't know. I think
so.
Yeah, I don't think that's unheard of. So, Kiss the Cook says, what happened to a simple... just wanted to pre-read this because I thought maybe I was going to be made to say something dirty. But it looks like it's all right. He says, what about a simple coque vin or Sol in champagne orange sauce for first dates and a turn down mint on her pillow later on? All right. Well, you are a cook, so of course you're going to do something fancy. The rest of us, that's why I created the Jeffrey O'Brien Perfect First Date, because everything I put on that list, super duper easy. Super easy. Now, if you want to make real mashed potatoes, that's up to you. If you want to adjust it because you're fancy, that's up to you. But that recipe is not for you. That's for everyone else. You just needed it easy.
D-backs in action tonight at 6:40, tomorrow night at 6:40, and Wednesday at 12:40 is the getaway game.
Gotcha. 8718 says, worst menu idea ever for a first date. You got to keep it light. Go salmon, rice pilaf, dessert. Your lumberjack dinner is going to put everyone in a food coma. Harder to say no when you're in any kind of a coma.
All right.
That sounded so wrong.
Yeah.
Well, okay. For
All
the
right.
record, that will not incapacitate anybody.
Okay.
Just so you know.
They'll say no, but they might a little bit. 8718, you suck a lot. And I just want you to know that because you're still here and you don't have a texture nickname. So anyway, Randy's Chuckle says, moral from Cubs, funny video. Okay. Half Lefty says, where do you get a rooster for Cockavin in Phoenix? Oh, you look for this is a new thing for Caucasian ladies. They all want chickens. Have you? No, I'm serious. It's like
They all want chickens.
Remember when all the white ladies?
Do they all want chickens?
They
or
got
roosters?
those. No, they got those tattoos, sleeve and arm sleeve of tattoos. This is
Yeah, now
like
they want- now they
about
want to-
2009, 2010. They all started doing that, and you're like, what the hell's happening? Now they all want chickens. I don't. So I guess.
But it's chickens, not a rooster.
I mean, don't you have to have a rooster?
I don't know. You were saying that the
I'm not a farmer, so I don't know.
Middle-aged women are wanting the chickens now.
Yeah. If you just, when women are talking, you just listen. You'll learn a lot. But that's the new in thing. Is that they just want chickens. They want to put chickens in their backyard.
Is there a hen coop coming to the O'Brien residence sometime soon?
Oh no, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that to our neighbors, not unless we had like a couple of acres or so, But no, there's like ladies who just want to stick a chicken coop in their backyard in like regular size yards. So I'm telling you, it's the new fad. I don't know.
Okay.
Why. Right. Beer Bob says, "Wow, Jeffrey, just wow." Now we know how Alex became Mrs. O'Brien. Oh, no, I didn't try that on her. The first date dinner? No. You meet her, you realize she's very healthy. It was years before I finally made that for her. And she was like, wow, this is really good. Don't ever do that again. She's like, it's very tasty, but this is going to kill us. You can't do this. I'm like, okay. And so she cooks healthy things. Hefty Lefty says, well, okay, I can't read that. Come on, Hefty Lefty. You know I can't read that. Moist One says, what the hell? What the hell, Moist One? What's the problem?
Yeah, the hell.
Where's the Iowa LSU game? That's a bridge too far, man. We can get away with a lot, but not being on because of the ladies NCAA basketball, we're not going to go over that.
We've been
But
off
there's
for
always
girls' high
next
school
year,
ball.
Jeffrey.
Why? Why are we drawing the line here?
We got paid for that. Donnie says, big game Friday night. Timberwolves versus Suns. That's probably one of those games we're not supposed to win, right? You should be very nervous, Donnie. Anytime we're supposed to win, we don't. And anytime we're not supposed to win, we do. So I feel like the Timberwolves should win that game, which means you should not put any bets on that, Donnie. Slim Pickens Hat says, we stayed at a hotel in Costa Rica that had earplugs in the side of the bed, which I thought was kind of strange till 4 a.m. And then the rooster started doing this thing. Wow.
Yeah.
Were they used? Or were they in
that's
like
a good point? Yeah. It's a good point.
I don't even want to touch the remote control in a hotel room. You think I'm going to just grab some earplugs that are just sitting there? They'd have to be sealed in some sort of plastic thing. It's nasty. Because I know what my headset, my little earbuds look like when I pull them out. Who needs those little metal things you see them advertising for on Twitter that pull out like 7 or 8 pounds of earwax and it swirls out and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My earbuds do that.
Yeah. listen to some music for an hour or two, and then
clean and get an ear cleaning.
Yeah.
Slim Pickens' hat said, no, they were gently used. Gently. Yeah, no. How about no? So where are we at with the Lakers right now? Where are the Lakers at right now? Are they good right now or bad right now?
They're good right now. They're playing really well right now.
Because I knew that LeBron James had another 40-point game, and now it's just him and Michael Jordan, who have both had 40-point games, like a multitude of them, after turning 39. So, it's just him and Michael Jordan with that stat, which I'm sure makes LeBron very happy to have another Michael Jordan-like stat, even though he's nothing like Michael Jordan. But so I saw that, and then they said, so how long are you going to keep doing this? He's like, I don't have much time left. It's like, okay, good, fine. But so the Lakers, they barely beat the Nets the other night by 12 points. When you're playing the Nets, that's barely, right?
Yeah, the Nets are pretty bad.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's barely. So I just want to know, what do we need to worry about the Lakers, or the Lakers just kind of scrubs, nothing to worry about?
I would worry about them just because you are getting to that point where you're seeing playoff LeBron, and you should always worry about that. He's capable of carrying a team through series. But I am also I'm just not a big believer in the Lakers as a unit, because I just think after LeBron, the player with that killer instinct, that ability to carry the team, I'm not seeing it. I don't think you get that consistently out of Anthony Davis.
Well, Anthony Davis playoff Anthony Davis doesn't look like playoff LeBron. Playoff Anthony Davis usually looks like a guy just wearing street clothes.
I mean, usually, but since he has been pretty healthy this year, I'm not gonna
this season. Yeah,
I'm not gonna assume that he's gonna be out. He's whatever he's changed to take care of himself this year. He's been pretty durable.
Chief Skull says you need to close the blinds.
They are closed. The sun is just at an angle that it's coming right through the blinds. They're closed.
We got to get him I want to hear every time I see him with that look on his camera, Randy. Dun, 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 dun. The sunglasses at night. Remember Corey Hart sitting there singing? I wear my sunglasses at night. You got to stick your look out like this. And wear sunglasses. You look like an 80s music video there, is what you look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chief Skull says, do we really care where the Lake Turds are at? I'm just curious. I mean, I don't care. I'm just kind of curious.
I mean, the Lakers have been together most of the season. They've been playing pretty well all season long. I don't think they're a championship contender. Now, I know Ralph would poo-poo what I have to say, but I don't. I mean, look at their record. Look at what they're doing right now, and look at the schedule they're playing right now, and look at how they're having to take games away from other teams. Rather than dominating teams they should be dominating. So
same for the Suns, and we're only one game better than them right now.
And I get that, but I think the Suns are in a different scenario, because the Suns have a difficult record, and the Suns are not playing good basketball right now. In my opinion, they're not playing a good basketball right now. Yeah. The Lakers are playing hard, and they're playing meaningful games, but against the worst of the league. You know what I mean?
The Lakers have the 7th easiest schedule left. The easiest teams that the Lakers have left: Wizards, Raptors, Grizzlies. These are bad teams. Like they are playing a much easier schedule in terms of what's remaining than the Suns are. So, they don't have to be playing that much better than the Suns to be rolling. The Suns kind of have to play perfectly, or they're going to lose games.
Well, and I think the Suns are just trying to get to the postseason for some reason. I have this sense that the Suns are just trying to play ball to kind of back in, if you will, to the playoffs. To the
they
playoffs
need a little more cushion than this, Randy.
Well,
I don't like this.
I understand what you're saying. But that's the sense I get from this team.
They don't have any below 500 teams left, the Suns. So you're trying to build up the cushion, but I agree with Randy. Just try to get through the damn thing and get there.
No, I'm saying that cushion should have been built earlier.
Ages ago, like
Yeah.
when you had a chance to play the Spurs with no Wembanyama, but then you lost to him, or you had a chance to play the Celtics with no Tatum, but then you lost to that team, and you probably should have.
We got a lot more people with a lot more to say about the Phoenix Suns. We got to talk some Arizona Diamondbacks, and opening day was last Friday, and a lot has happened since we last spoke. So come on back, kids. It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 4/6. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
Volunteer now. Help vulnerable and oftentimes overlooked children in Arizona. Court-appointed special advocates, known as CASAs, are assigned to children as advocates during their experience in the foster care system. Volunteer now. You can change the life of a child for the better. Visit azcourts.gov/volunteer to learn about court-appointed special advocates. That's azcourts.gov/volunteer. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Supreme Court.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way, from up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet, weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Fifth letter says, you guys have said this hundreds of times on the show. The teams don't make the schedules. Just play the games. No excuses.
But it's not excuses. I mean, obviously you don't make the schedules, you beat the team. Like we can't ding you for taking the test that's in front of you, obviously. But the fact is, when you're in a play-in spot that's in a tight race where we're separated by a game or half a game, the fact that you have a harder schedule means you're going to have more trouble winning games because you're playing better teams. So what Jeffrey's trying to say is the opposite of an excuse, because that is what he's saying is you had the easy part of your schedule already. Mm-hmm. You should have beaten those teams. You didn't, and now you're here.
Yeah, and who knows where we're going to be when this thing is all said and done, called the regular season. 888-368-1580. T. Leisure says, what's up, fellas? Suns are going to drive me knuckin' futs until they're officially eliminated. Thank God for March Madness and baseball to keep me sane. Go Cubs go, he says. Hey, listen, we're talking baseball, we're talking NBA, we're talking NCAA, and listen, this segment is brought to you by BetUS. That's right. Get on over to BetUS.com, and they've been doing it for like 30 years. And this year, BetUS has an epic three-pointer of a deal: 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, It's the industry's craziest 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. 10% gambler's insurance, too. Get started by visiting betus.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US. And that is BetUS, where the game begins. Simple, says Kiss the Cook. Simple. He says spinach, strawberry salad, a casio de pepe, and a poppy seed dressing. That's what you should make her on a first date. I have no idea what any of those words mean, except for strawberry and salad. Yeah, see, my recipe is not for guys like you, Kiss the Cook. Chief Skull says, say goodbye to Frank Vogel when they're bounced from the playoffs the way they've played all year. Okay.
I mean, if they do get bounced, and depending on how that happens, yeah, he may wind up being gone. But like, I don't know. Can we let him lose first?
Yeah.
Can we let him actually do the thing first?
He knows that sitting across the table from Ishbia, you're not sitting across from James Jones. You're sitting across from Ishbia. And if you don't perform well where it matters most, which is going to be the playoffs, yeah, Vogel's time here. Did he even buy a house? I hope he didn't buy a house. I hope he's got a nice rental somewhere. Because, no, the way things have been going, if it continues that way and they do get bounced out of the playoffs early, yeah, Vogel go bye-bye. I'm not going to be sad about it. I was sad about Monty because he's just such a nice guy. And then when you see what he's doing with Detroit, you're like, no, that's cool. Yeah. You're making a lot of money. Enjoy it.
Like, I understand the Pistons are bad, but they are worse with him right now than they were a year ago. Don't know what to make of that, but here we are.
So Big George says, hey, Keon, insider's trick here. If you flip the blinds backwards to where they're facing upwards, you'll get rid of those sun streaks in your face. Yeah, but I think we're missing some hardware in there. It's like you can't change it, can you? Or can you? I don't know. Boneheads from before you broke that.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of lines actually missing, so I just didn't want to mess with it. I'm just gonna let it sit there. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. It just looks weird on the camera.
It bothers everybody watching you.
Yeah.
And we're a TV show to some people. I'm thinking those people we would say don't have good streaming services. Because if there were,
because if you did, would you be here?
Why isn't nobody noticing that I keep forgetting to change my name on our YouTube feed? I just now changed it
because I took it for granted.
I know for a long time I was really good at it. Now lately I've gotten really bad at forget. You know, I'm Keon Rose all the time, and you're Keon Rose.
There's two of us. How about that?
How long do you think Randy thought that break was? Everything all right? You were gone a long time.
No, I texted you. I had a guy. My buddy was doing some work here, and he's shipping off here. So I was saying goodbye and thanking him.
Hold on, I got a text from somebody. Hold on.
Okay, standing.
Be
by.
right back. My buddy is leaving.
Yeah.
See, did the ceiling fan fall?
Oh no! It works like a champion.
Should have asked me.
It works great. Well, I appreciate that, Jeffrey. But you're way out there and you're a busy man. You have a lot to do. When I get my security cameras, you can come out. We'll make a day of it.
Wait, why do you have to have security cameras before I get to come over?
Well, no, you wanted to install them with me.
You're worried I'm going to steal stuff.
No, not at all. No, maybe just that much.
Fifth letter says, I hate to say it, I have a feeling the Lakers will stay put at that 9 or 10 spot and lose their first game. Not even make the playoffs.
See, I
agree.
I want to agree, but
fifth letter's a Lakers fan.
It's the stinking Lakers, man. Somehow they always see, and like Keon said, playoff LeBron. You know, I mean, he could do something magical. Suddenly the Lakers are moving on. And remember, where were the Lakers last year with essentially the same squad? Where were they last year?
I don't remember.
Western Conference Finals.
In America?
In America.
Yeah. Here in these United States of America.
Once we were out, I stopped paying attention.
Lost the Nuggets. But I don't know. I'm not a big believer in the Lakers squad as a whole.
I'm not either, but they were there last year though, Keon, right? I mean, at the trade deadline last year, they made some moves and all of a sudden here they come. And look, all they got to do is get in, right? That's all they have to do.
And that's
I
and
think
that's
they
the
did
thing.
the same thing last year. It was a play-in scenario, and they ended up in the damn Western Conference Final.
I am going to disagree with you, Keon, on one thing. The Lakers are a hole.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Swazman
Not gonna fight that.
says, I was once bitten by a brown recluse spider sitting on a
Yeah.
wooden park bench in Breckenridge, Colorado, when I was a professional snowboard coach and I was out of work for 3 weeks because the back of my leg was rotting away in black. Wow. So you were bitten by a brown recluse spider that was sitting on a bench. Why didn't you just go sit on another bench?
Right?
Maybe he was on the bench first. Then the brown recluse joined him.
No, he
didn't see
says,
it.
I was once bitten by a brown recluse spider sitting on a wooden park bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't
That,
say-
the way he typed it indicates spider was there first and says,
Yeah.
come on, no, go ahead, sit down.
Yeah, come on over.
You
Come
can't
on
trust
over. Have a
spiders.
seat.
You know that.
Swazman, you gotta learn. Don't trust spiders.
No.
Fifth letter says, reason being, without Vanderbilt in the starting five, Lakers playing no defense whatsoever. That won't fly in the postseason. And even if Vanderbilt does come back before they need to gel again on the defense on the side of the ball there, hope I'm wrong, he says. We hope you're right.
And a lot of these teams are loaded. Like, I don't know that Jared Vanderbilt by himself just makes you a team that can stop a big three or one of the dynamic duos that's out there. I mean, it's going to probably be a little bit more than that.
Let's talk about a different. Go ahead.
I was saying he'll help, but there's more there.
Let's talk about a different Colorado. Let's talk about the Colorado Rockies. The Diamondbacks beat them 3-1 in that series and completely curb stomped them in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Broke records like for single runs in an innings. They beat
Yeah.
them 16-1.
Yep.
16-1.
Yeah, that's true.
It was bad. And so here we are. Now the Diamondbacks are 3 wins, 1 loss. And, you're going to get losses. You're not going to ever hardly go through, series without dropping at least a game, right? So don't worry about that 1 loss to the Rockies. But tonight, the Evil Empire is in town.
And they're playing good. Playing
Yeah.
good ball. They just swept the Houston Astros in their opening week.
Yeah, but they were at home when they did. No, they were away.
No, they were in Houston.
They haven't been home yet, have they?
No, they don't.
Well, we're at home, and that's what matters. And so Diamondbacks just pull on some of that 2001, energy and kick the Yankees' asses. Now, there's only 3 games. This is only a 3-game series against the stupid Yankees. And so, now, of course, the Yankees are favored here, Randy. But tonight on the mound, we got Ryan Nelson taking on Luis Gil. So, how do you like our chances with these Yankees? This is going to be a tough one, or you feel pretty confident here?
Well, I like I said, the Yankees are playing good ball, and I think they come in here kind of on a hot streak. They have sort of an attitude with Juan Soto joining them, and he's added some spark for the Yankees team. But look, the Diamondbacks, they've been exciting to watch from the get-go. I mean, from the jump this year, they put it on the Rockies pretty good in game 1, did it again in game 2, lost game 3, 9-4. And I think that was the last time that we saw Ryan Nelson on the hill for the Diamondbacks. And he goes again tonight. I think the kid can hold this Yankees team at bay. Not all of them are hitting well. Stanton is not hitting well. And LeMahieu is, I understand he's injured for the Yankees. So we'll have to wait and see. But boy, the Diamondbacks, the thing they're doing this year is they are off to a good start hitting the ball. They're not going for home runs. In that 1 inning you talk about from the opening night, Jeffrey, the Diamondbacks didn't hit but 1 home run, I think, the whole game. And that came in the first inning, not in the big inning. So the Diamondbacks are capable of hitting the long ball. Christian Walker's hit them, and they have Alec Thomas has hit, and old Crazy Hair, he's hit it. So the Diamondbacks are capable of hitting the long ball, but they're choosing to go gap to gap, drive the ball, move runners around, use their base path speed, and also their defense is excellent this year. So I give the Diamondbacks a pretty damn good chance of winning, especially at home against these New York Yankees. I don't roll them out. I don't care what the odds are. What I see out of the Diamondbacks are a young franchise that is exciting to watch. and very fired up to get going in the season. And I think they're going to be tough to beat for the Yankees. So the Yankees are going to have to do something special. I don't think they can beat the Diamondbacks right now. Ryan Nelson will probably go 5 strong, get into the bullpen, and then you'll see Zach Gallen and you'll see Merrill Kelly and on with it. So there's my little Diamondbacks report, if you will.
I always do say take each game as its own story, okay?
Yep.
And let that be what it is going to be. If you win, you win. You lose, but each game by itself. But I'm just hoping in this circumstance, these 3 games, the Arizona Diamondbacks absolutely eviscerate the New York Yankees.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
because I hate them.
The Yankees, again, they've had some ticky-tack injuries, and they've had a big injury to their stud. Garrett Cole is not throwing for the Yankees. So those are all plus marks, in my opinion, for this Arizona Diamondbacks team. Listen, I think this is going to be a good series. I think you should get out there early and catch the Diamondbacks while they're in town. They leave for Atlanta after Wednesday, and they go on the road for a few games. So go catch some Diamondbacks baseball. It's going to be downtown, 6:40 tonight, 6:40 tomorrow, and then 12:30 on Wednesday is the getaway game.
All right. Go Diamondbacks. McMama is on the text line, says, I just want to let you know I'm having so much fun playing the Harmon Solar March Madness bracket. My first time, and I'm surprised that I'm doing so well. Okay. What's your name? I won't say it on air, McMama, but what's your name so I can take a look at how you're doing there. But glad you're having a good time. And with any luck, if things go your way, you could win $1,580 if you got the best bracket, or $500 in Kasai Japanese Steakhouse money. We do wish you well. So thanks for chiming in, McMama. Chief Skull says, I'm personally enjoying seeing Ohtani struggle so far. I'd like to see the Dodgers struggle as a whole, but I'll take Ohtani not fulfilling his mega contract. Like his interpreter, he makes bad bets. Wow. So, yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about all that Ohtani stuff, did we? No. Ohtani's interpreter, at least that's what they're saying. Do you believe that, or do you think it's Ohtani betting, or do you really believe the story about the interpreter?
Well, Keon and I talked a little bit about it, and I think how could Shohei Ohtani not know what was going on with his funds at any given time?
A lot of famous people have this kind of stuff happen to them.
And there was an original report that came out. Now I don't know. Allegedly, Ohtani was quoted as saying by his interpreter that he was going to cover the debt, and he was going to transfer funds to this bookmaking organization that's being investigated. Then all of a sudden, all of that changed. Now, I personally think he had to know something was going on. You don't spend that much time with somebody and not to know at least something hinky was going on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't believe he didn't know. How much is he culpable in this situation? I think that's something that baseball and the FBI and all of those involved are going to have to figure out.
So am I still having audio difficulties over here? Is that because I'm hearing it come back my way? I didn't know if you guys can hear me clearly.
Yeah, it's a little patchy.
Like LeBron's hair. Anyway. So, yeah, as far as Ohtani goes, you hear Rob Manfred, Drunky Drunk, said, which I speak drunkenese and I can translate that. He said he hopes for a short Shohei Ohtani gambling investigation.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Well, of course you do. Of course you do, which means whatever comes out, they're just going to basically this is going to get brushed aside. This is going to become nothing now because somebody took the fall for it, and that's the end of that.
I love what Pete Rose said. He said when he on his social media, he said, the only mistake I made is I didn't have an interpreter.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty funny.
No, the only mistake Pete Rose made was being a colossal a-hole to the commissioner at the time and lying. Just being a dirtbag about it. He was a jerk about it. It wasn't just that he got caught doing something he shouldn't. He was abusive about it, and that's why he's sitting in a high top in Vegas trying to make money off of signing autographs.
And he should have had an interpreter.
He should have had a fall guy to be an a-hole about.
An a-hole ambassador.
Yeah. Then you just go, no, Pete's just worried about his guy, instead of Pete is the a-hole.
Mhm.
You got a little buffer there.
So we've just had 5 days of this season so far. And if you go to my Twitter at RadioPal1580, if you go to my Twitter, you scroll down, you will see umpire Bruce Dreckman make one of the worst calls I've seen in years. Not just
I saw that, yeah.
in 365 days. This was a strike. Okay, so here's what happened. The Phillies and the Braves were playing. Dreckman's behind the plate. And you got Max Fried. He's pitching.
Fried.
Yeah.
And Nick Castellanos is up there, and he's got there's 2 outs, and he's got a 2-2 count going. And Fried throwed a 98-mile-an-hour fastball right down the damn middle. And it wasn't in the middle; it was high middle, but it was still
very much
well within a strike.
Mm-hmm.
Ball. Everybody's like, what? Even if they didn't have the little rectangle thing they put up on the screen for reference,
It was pretty clear.
Anybody would have known that. Ray Charles would have been like, ball. He would have just crazy. Just the worst call I've seen by an umpire in a lot of years. Not just a year, a lot of years. So bad, but so it begins, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Another great season of baseball.
Oh, and also you see that Padres lady, she slapped the Giants fan. It wasn't much of a slap, but it was just kind of like, well, it's like the first, flowers of spring. And then there's, after that, your next sign of spring is fan on fan violence.
And here we go. Yep.
Little to get it started. And then now the rest is going to get ugly. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, talk a little more baseball and stuff. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Did you know one of the best investments you can make? It's in yourself. At My Computer Career, in just a few months, you could start your new career in the high-demand, recession-resistant field of information technology. Isn't it time you invest in you and start a career in networking, cybersecurity, AI, or upskill to boost your current IT career? So, get the ROI you deserve at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Start now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy?
Totalmente.
And you get unlimited 5G data, $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan at an amazing price with no contracts. Should you switch to Total by Verizon? Definitely.
Totalmente.
Find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate without a pay plus taxes and fees. Discount begins the month after you enroll. Additional terms apply. See website for data management practices.
Do you need equipment for your business but don't have the cash? I can help. I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, and we offer no money down financing on new and used equipment. Excavators, forklifts, dozers, tractors, cranes, plows, and more. If it's essential to your business, I will help you get the money you need. It's faster and easier than asking your banker. Call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353. That's 602-834-7353. Or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
Serving on a jury is your constitutional right. So when you get your jury summons in the mail, respond and put your rights to work. It's really that simple. Arizona has increased juror pay. If your company doesn't pay for jury service and you're picked to serve in Superior Court, you will get paid your lost wages up to $300 per day. Our courts are fair because you are there. Learn more at azcourts.gov/jury service. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Supreme Court.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city, 34 highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive, 28 city, 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Arizona's new home for sports.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, so the baseball season is officially started, which means all the nifty new foods that are available are being talked about. Chase Fields got a bunch of great baseball food, and this year they've got something called an apple pie chimichanga.
Apple pie chimichanga.
Yeah, see, I thought chimichanga is not supposed to be a dessert, but whatever. Here's what it is. Vanilla frozen yogurt, caramel sauce, whipped cream, strawberries, and Cracker Jacks.
I'm currently not able to eat all that stuff.
Is it fried? See, that's the thing I don't know.
I would imagine.
I haven't
The
seen a picture
chimichanga's
of
fried,
it.
isn't it?
Well, yeah, when it's like a chicken chimichanga or something.
Is it wrapped in some sort of?
They don't say. I don't have pictures. They don't say. So that's the latest at Chase Field is the apple pie chimichanga. If you've been to the park and you've tried it, let me know. Also, I wonder how much it costs. You know, all these weird things, sometimes they carry a hefty price tag on it. You know, we haven't heard from is Heavy Metal Maniacs, probably because he's working the games.
Probably
Be
pretty
interesting to
busy.
hear from him on this.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything interesting. This is interesting. In Seattle, where the Mariners are, they've got Dungeness crab pizza served with butter, dill, and thyme, parmesan, and lemon. Crab pizza. So,
Wow, I mean,
I like fake crab, by the way. So if you were to serve me crab on a pizza, even if it's fake crab, I'd be that might be
so
good.
What constitutes fake crab? I just want to know.
Well, it's made out of fish, and then it's like the hot dog of the fish world. I think fake
So you're
crab
saying
is
it's
like
parts-
It's colored to look like crab, but
Yeah.
it's fish. It's
Parts
parts
like
is
eyeballs
parts.
and-
I don't know which
right.
parts.
All right.
I'm afraid to look because I like it.
I've always wanted to ask that question. What constitutes fake crab?
Why don't you look it up? Google. What are
Well,
they
it
putting in the fake
never
crab?
occurred to me, and then I hear you talking about it, and I thought I would just ask you. I mean,
I don't know. If you ask me, I'm just going to Google it. So, let's see what else they have out there. Campfire chocolate shake in Chicago. Warehouse dog in Baltimore.
now, hey, that sounds good.
Problem is they can't get them out of. Okay, I'm not going to make a joke. I'm not going to make a joke about that. Well,
It seems like in Baltimore, though.
no way to ship them out of the warehouse right now. I'm just saying. Just don't look at me.
It seems like in Baltimore they would have like seafood stuff there, wouldn't they?
Well, sure, but
is
Seattle.
Maryland like a huge mecca for seafood?
Yeah, it is.
Well, they have a warehouse dog.
Specifically, Baltimore is like the crab capital of.
And so they have a warehouse dog in Baltimore.
Sure. Yeah, horseradish infused brick sauce, whatever that is, crispy onions and queso on a warm pretzel bun.
That doesn't belong in Maryland. I'm sorry. Who's doing all of it? Is there some way we can get, one of our listeners involved as the baseball food czar for all of the ballparks and get this thing squared away?
I'm doing
Queso
it right
in
now. I'm telling
Baltimore?
you about it.
Queso in Baltimore?
That doesn't make sense either. In Tropicana Field, they got the pretzel slugger dog, which is a foot-long hot dog wrapped in a soft pretzel. That sounds
Again.
good. That does sound good.
We're talking Miami
Just
here.
think
We're talking
baseball. Just think baseball. It doesn't matter where you are. It's just whatever the baseball fans want to eat.
You're OCD about certain things. I'm OCD about certain things.
Well, you're going to
And
hate this. Chicago, we're at the Wrigley Field. They've got the citrus ancho chicken quesadillas or the marinated tri-tip sandwich with a chimichurri.
That sounds good.
It does sound good.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to make sense, Randy. It just has to taste good.
Well, the tri-tip with the chimichurri, I could see, because Chicago's they've got great steakhouses. They have the stockyards and all that business, but the ancho, what did you say? The ancho chili, what?
Ancho? I don't know. The citrus ancho chicken quesadillas.
No.
Well, Minute Maid Park has a pennant pickle dog or the curveball corn dog. These don't sound special. Fenway Park, where Boston is, they got their new dish, waffle fries that go called Irish nachos. You get waffle fries at the bottom, then there's corned beef, sauerkraut, sour cream, and Thousand Island dressing and queso fresco on top. This sounds disgusting, and I'm Irish.
Doesn't sound anything Irish about that at all, except for the
sauerkraut. Maybe forget it.
Corned beef, maybe. This is sad. We need a baseball food czar.
I'm the baseball food czar. I'm telling you about all this. There's nothing special at Coors.
No, Randy wants one with like the ability to go to that ballpark and say, "Stop that."
Oh, I see. You want somebody with power to tell them to knock it the hell off.
Yeah. Like you are officially the baseball food czar.
Yeah, this is the food czar on the phone. Knock it off.
Yeah, Yankee Stadium just has some bacon ranch mac and cheese.
Nothing wrong with that, I don't think.
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing interesting about it. Trying to see. Oh, Texas Rangers have something. The meatball garlic knot sliders.
And there we go.
That sounds pretty good.
I could eat that.
Well, I mean, I could see that, but it's the wrong park.
Yeah, wait. You're going to hate this then. Globe Life Field has Korean pork steamed buns. And the park also has cilantro, which is usually found in Hispanic dishes.
Well,
unagi sauce and spicy mayo.
Is Globe Life? That's the Texas Rangers, right?
Yeah, so I just said.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I'm okay with that.
No, but you're mixing Korean pork with the Hispanic, garnishes.
Oh.
You know what? I don't want to talk about this anymore.
This is terrible.
I was actually looking forward to it. Then I realized, no, you're right, Randy. A lot of this stuff doesn't match.
I don't think I've ever seen Randy so disgusted.
If I'm the food czar of baseball, and I'm in, for example, Marlins Park in Miami, what do you think I'm going to do there? I'm going to bring in, steaks? No, I'm bringing in like Cuban cultured type food.
So as the food czar, you're not just going to tell them what they can't have. You're going to tell them what they should serve.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
And you're going to be like Jesus turning over tables in the temple.
And people will come to the ballpark not only for great baseball, but also because the food matches and it makes sense.
Hey,
right? I'm having some of those Cubano sandwiches. I'm getting some of that Cuban coffee. You know what I mean? I'm infusing the culture of the Cuban people that live in Miami. I'm going around and infusing the other cultures that are there. I mean, oh my God, they're missing the boat here. Manfred is clearly.
Was that like a Cuban joke?
Not on his egg. Yeah.
They turn anything into a boat. What?
No,
it's true. Peddling for America.
I see. I didn't think that was Cuban.
Cubans do it, yeah.
Thought that was just refugees in
That's
general.
a lot of people. That's a lot of people going for the shores of Florida. What? There's not just. I'm not saying anything bad.
Yeah, just I don't know where to go with
chumming the waters for the sharks. There are they?
Like Keon just sitting there. He's like, "What am I supposed to think about this? What he's saying is true, but it doesn't sound politically correct. There's nothing wrong with it, but it feels maybe wrong.
It's not a politically correct. It's like you've made an observation that, like, okay, what there's nothing I can add to this. I can definitely make it worse. So let me just not do that.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm on my way to work at the ballpark right now. I suggest you go to section 136 at the ballpark and have Ray and Gloria's tamales. The red tamale is amazing, but they also have green tamales. I like the green ones.
See, there it is. There it is. There it is right there.
Yeah, listen for that guy.
What other ballpark could you go to? Think about that would have tamales. Okay, Dodger Stadium. Okay. Globe Life. Okay. See what I'm saying? We've got to start getting these cultures into the right ballparks.
Yeah, okay.
A pretzel dog at Marlins Park. Come on.
But couldn't you just diversify? Could you have the stuff that celebrates the Hispanic food and flavors of the Southwest, but also have other
you
crazy
could have your
things?
standards. Sure, you could have your standards. I mean,
and maybe the people that live there just want to eat something different.
Well, you still have your standards. You know, you still have your hot dogs and hamburgers and corn dogs and popcorn. And
But what if I want some crab pizza here?
Well, then go to Boston.
I don't want to go to Boston.
Or go to an Orioles game.
I don't like you infringing on my American rights to eat whatever food I want in whatever stadium I want.
As acting foods
God
are
bless
a
America.
If the Orioles come to Phoenix, they can bring their food fare with them. You see what I'm saying? I'm starting a whole cross-cultural thing with all these teams coming to town.
Sounds like you're doing is starting restrictions on what I can eat as an American.
No. I'm so
Randy,
misunderstood on this show.
Are you an American or an American?
I'm an American.
Well, then I should get crab pizza at a Diamondbacks game.
Only when Boston or the Orioles are in town.
Eat these restrictions. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 4/6. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Need a boost in capital or a flexible line of credit for your growing business? Hi, I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital. I can help you get the money you need fast. The process is a breeze with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. So call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353. That's 602-834-7353. Or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every goal, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a game-winning goal in the final seconds of overtime or a shot on goal in the first period, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Come join American Furniture Warehouse and see our amazing deals on sofas, sectionals, recliners, bedroom furniture and mattresses, dining room furniture and accessories. AFW has the latest styles, largest selection, and lowest prices anywhere. Our warehouses are full and ready for you to take your new furniture home today. At American Furniture Warehouse, you'll find the perfect items for your space at a price you'll love. Visit one of our 3 Phoenix area showrooms or shop online at afw.com. afw.com.
Volunteer now. Help vulnerable and oftentimes overlooked children in Arizona. Court-appointed special advocates, known as CASAs, are assigned to children as advocates during their experience in the foster care system. Volunteer now. You can change the life of a child for the better. Visit azcourts.gov/volunteer to learn about court-appointed special advocates. That's azcourts.gov/volunteer. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Supreme Court.
Life is challenging and ever-changing. Take control with passive income through real estate investing. Learn how. Learn now. Let Bill Wamsley and Lifestyles Unlimited's investors and mentors show you. Meet Bill's team live in Phoenix 2 days only at the Embassy Suites Phoenix Biltmore. Saturday and Sunday, April 27th and 28th. Register now at GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. That's GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. Enter promo code 2024 for a special discount offer. GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. Code 2024.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody. I don't have the voice for this. Yeah, Randy, I thought we agreed that when I didn't have the voice for this, you would start it.
All right, everybody, welcome to hour number 3 of the Daily Blender on this April 1st. Is that better?
Yeah, except I never say the date.
No.
I just say the day.
For some reason I do that. I don't know why.
Or the time.
Monday. 5
Yeah,
o'clock
but that's
Monday.
that's it. That's you got it though. You got it.
All right. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, you might.
All right. Broadcasting live from the Harman Solar Studio, beautiful uptown Scottsdale, right over there. That's the man, the myth, the legend. That's Jeffrey O'Brien himself. And next to him, the sexiest man in sports talk radio.
Don't say the sexy
Keon
thing.
Rose, and of course, I'm your humble third guy here,
Yeah.
Randy White.
Hey, Keon, do you wish he would not call you that? Does it make you
He kind of
a
likes
little
it.
uncomfortable?
Not really.
I think he kind of likes that.
Do you like when he calls you the sexiest man?
I don't think I've ever said no to a compliment. So
there it is.
Yeah.
See,
yeah, I'm not saying you're not sexy. I'm
Yeah.
saying I will never say that.
You don't
No,
have
listen.
to. I know.
Keon-
I've never asked anyone to say it.
Keon Rose is the sexiest man in sports talk radio by
No, I
far
know. I'm
and
just
away.
don't
Far and
want
away.
you to think that I disagree. I
Uh-huh.
I have no opinion on it. But
Mhm. Well,
Which
Look.
is fine.
you're the fourth dimension texting in at 888-368-1580. I think I covered all the things there, Jeffco.
you know, if you just are doing it for me, you should do it the way I do it. And maybe-
I don't think anybody can do it the way you do
Oh,
it.
that's a load. Soon, someone else will be doing it.
Are you breaking some news here?
Oh, I always
Just
imagine
breaking
at
news.
any minute I can be fired.
We don't work on the assumption that we're not replaceable.
Mhm. We have seen many people come and go, and the world still turns.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Sun comes up the next day.
Big George wants to know why you don't call me the sexiest man in sports talk
Well,
radio.
because Jeffrey O'Brien clearly already, I think that just goes without saying that he's extremely sexy, but he is the myth. He's the legend. He's here, but is he
So you're
really
saying
here?
it's a myth that I'm sexy?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. You didn't listen to what I said.
See,
That's what happens in
Keon,
these relationships. You always don't listen to me.
Keon might be, as you say, this sexiest man in sports talk radio, but I am a sexy beast.
Well, you
888-368-1580. Ringless Joe
Absolutely.
says maybe the Suns are as disappointing as they seem. They might end up missing the playoffs altogether. If that happens, that would be one of the worst team mismanagements in NBA history.
Don't think they're going to miss the playoffs.
I would genuinely be shocked if that happened. They would have to essentially lose every game from now until the end of the season to miss the playoffs, and I just don't think that's happening.
Pickle D's got an idea.
Mhm.
He says, I've always dreamt of opening a restaurant called Stony Baloney and fill the menu with concoctions I dreamt up while I was stoned. I feel like baseball has adopted my idea. Pickle D, that's an amazing idea.
Mm.
And I don't even do drugs.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
a,
I
it's a
take
great
some Tylenol for I think I'm getting arthritis, but I don't do drugs.
it's a great idea. I just think you need to separate yourself from Taco Bell, the current champion of
Stone food.
stoner food. Yeah, they just
That's just convenient stoner food.
See, that's the new generation.
But that's-
I mean, back in the day when I was a youngster, the stone food was Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
You
Jack
get
in the Box is always open.
Yeah, you got those dollar tacos.
Mhm.
You can eat the hell out of those tacos after a night.
Don't
out in
ask what
town.
sort of meat that was. Nobody
Oh,
knew.
no.
the
Nobody
Jack in
knew.
the Box tacos are actually my drunk food. That's
That's your drunk food now.
One time, and this is I want to preface this by letting you know that the guy in the drive-through was a guy I went to high school with. Wasn't a
Okay.
stranger.
All right.
But I kept going to the Jack in the Box, and I'd say, and please, no mustard. And then I'd get it, drive away, and son of a bitch, there's mustard on this. So one time I pull up, and there's this guy I knew from high school, and I said, I just really don't want mustard. Please don't put mustard on it. And I pull up, and I check it, and sure enough, there's mustard. So he closed the drive-through window. I just took it and went, just gave him a nice mustard streak right down the window. And I was like, I said no mustard. And he opened the little window to yell at me, and I threw it at him. I drove away. I would never do that to some person who just happened to work there. I knew the guy.
Violent.
I knew the guy. That does
You
make
knew
it better. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
It's
You know the guy. At
Yeah.
least it's not like you go home that night going, Jeffrey O'Brien. If you don't know the guy, you're like, what the hell? Why is this guy?
Why is that guy throwing my
Why is
food
he
back at me?
smearing mustard all over the place? No, but I like it, Pickle D. He says, how about Stony Bolognese with the Bolognones and make it fancy? Nah, don't make it fancy.
You can't make it
Stony
fancy.
Bologna. I
Just
like
do
the
you, man.
alliteration on the
Yeah.
spelling, the oni and oni. You got a great idea, Pickle D.
Yeah.
I had an
owners don't
idea.
require fancy either, so you're just wasting it on them.
I wanted to, how they've got hot dog places and they got burger places. I wanted to have a brat place and sell the Johnsonville brats, whatever the hell you want on it, right? And people love brats.
So you're saying
great.
just brats because there is in Scottsdale there is a place called the Brat House.
Does it got a drive-through?
Even if it doesn't have a drive-through, I might.
No, it's called the Brat House. Haus.
Oh, it's just a German place.
No, well, it's very informal. You can go in there, and they have brats from all kinds of different brats and
Yes,
sausages.
Too complicated.
But listen, you can get your brats matched with a beer. They have 28 different craft beers on tap, and you can have the fine people there match you your beer and your brat together, and they've got other things like pretzels and that sort of thing. So
That's like
Brat
a
House.
restaurant, though. I want to have a drive-through, and I'm not going to be handing people beer through the drive-through. So
Mhm.
I want to have a drive-through, and I want to sell Johnsonville brats. Nothing too crazy or fancy stuff you can eat and drive, and you could go down the road and chew on. It's just a nice brat. It just
See, I
sounds
need to
nice.
take Miss Kim
Ooh.
to the Brat House.
And then brat burgers. I used to do this all the time. You go buy a bunch of Johnsonville brats, right? And you peel the skin off of them.
Yeah.
And try really hard not to think about what that looks like. And then you you make patties out of the brat meat, and you can make brat burgers. That's good
Mhm.
stuff.
Yep. I've heard of that before.
That is good stuff. I think
Yeah.
you can buy the brat burgers too, but it's just easy enough to make them yourself. So anyway, so Stony Bologna, you got a great idea. I love that idea, Pickle D. Navy Brad says, sad news today. Yeah, I saw this. The last survivor of the USS Arizona passed away at the age of 102.
Wow.
And so, yes, I mean, he got to 102. So
had a great life.
Celebration of life right there. I don't think that we need to get too sad about that.
No, time just keeps marching on. I wonder if he's going to be interned on the ship. You know, they do that.
How,
they have
how?
they
They
do
have a
that.
hatch or what?
Yeah, they have a hatch in there.
Seriously?
And
They just-
you can, if you were on the ship and you were a survivor of the ship, you can be interned on the ship, and they will take your remains down and put you on the ship. Last October, when Miss Kim and I were there, that was one of the things we learned. There is a hatch, and they have a whole ceremony and everything, and then a Navy diver will take you down on the ship and leave your. Of course, you're not a coffin. It's,
Sure.
You have to be cremated, but
Well, I have something similar going to happen with me. My remains will be interned in the rubble of my career. Just, and it's
No.
down deep too.
no,
So
that's not what we agreed to.
he's laughing way too hard at that.
That's not what I expected you to say.
Yeah. That's one of the first rules of comedy, I guess.
Just caught me off guard.
Let's see here. Jonesy says, speaking of replaceable, Do you know what happened to Wake Up Call with Tony D? They replaced it with some betting show, and I feel like an absolute degenerate listening to that kind of thing at 7 a.m. Yeah, the Wake Up Call, the company that was doing it, they were like, nah, we're good. And they just left us. We're Arizona's sports betting station, so yeah, maybe except for this show. And even then, we talk about it. Let's see. Pierre. Oh, he's in French again. Hold on. Button.
In the rubble of my career. I thought you wanted to have your remains shot off through fireworks.
I do.
That's what I thought you were going to
do. Peon, says Pierre, the Suns might actually accept your challenge to lose all their remaining games and miss the playoffs. Does the play-in game count like the playoffs? I would say no. It's like the tournament during the season.
Yeah,
except for you get to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, except you get to go to the playoffs, but that's not the playoffs. If you're in the play-in games and you lose your way out of the playoffs, you're not in the playoffs. That's just, these are one-off games. Try to avoid those. That's all. That's my only rule.
Moist One says, bet you can't fit 2 brats in your mouth at the same time. Bet you can, Moist One.
We don't doubt you.
Yeah. I would even say 3. Navy Brad says PBS did a documentary on the Arizona for sailors who were on her that fateful day in the ceremony when they're entombed in the Arizona. Wow, I had no idea. That is interesting. Pineapple Express says, yes, that is a sad day. I hear he's going to be interned. Yes. He says, did he have it coming, Jeffrey? You're damn right he did. So, Keon, did you know, we haven't done this in a while. For the longest time, I had committed to the bit. I committed for over a decade that anytime somebody had died, I'd say, he had it coming. No matter who it was, Betty White, the Queen, anybody on the planet, so-and-so died. Well, you had it coming. And so I forgot about that. I haven't done that in a while. So Pineapple Express, bringing it back.
There you go.
At 102, you're damn right he did. You're damn right he did. Gun down in his prime, says Moist One. Ham Sandwich says, there's a great brat place in Kenosha, Wisconsin called the Brat Shop, not far from the Mars Cheese Castle. There is all sorts of heart disease in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That I love. I went my entire life not having a cheese curd and knowing when I heard what a cheese curd was, that'll kill you. And then I had a cheese curd and I thought, I don't ever want to stop having cheese curds. I don't care if it kills me. Just give me more cheese curds, please.
Give me cheese curds.
I've had to get death. You got to get hypnotized to not smoke. I got to get hypnotized not to eat food from the Midwest.
Yeah. Worst thing they ever did was bring a Culver's here. I'm supposed to avoid that.
Yeah, the Culver's. I went to the Culver's. It's okay.
Look, the Culver's has the nice cheese curds, in my opinion.
Oh, they actually have them there?
Yes, they do.
Should have told me that.
Oh boy.
Why did you tell me that?
Because I didn't know that you didn't know. I thought you knew. So
clearly I have a problem when my wife is out of town. And there's one near me.
Your wife's supposed to be real mad at me.
Oh boy, Keon.
Keon just dangled a bag of heroin right in front of an addict.
I didn't realize you didn't.
He's like, oops, it came open. Oh, that's for you. Pickle D says, Stony Baloney it is. I'll undoubtedly create a dish, call it the Fourth Dimension, pair that with a craft cocktail called the Blender, featuring Kool-Aid, for the stoners. You go, man. Let us know if you actually ever open that up. I like it.
Yeah, man. Do your thing.
Like the idea. I don't feel right about the following text. This comes from Screaming Eagle, a doctor, who says, I believe Costco sells cheese curds. Are you just pushing for me to be your next customer?
When Costco sells them by like the liter, I mean, they're like huge bags of cheese curds.
You're like a dentist with a bunch of candy in the lobby.
Take as much as you want.
Don't bother brushing your teeth. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Against the Spread says, I always wondered why Viking funerals aren't popular anymore.
Lake Pleasant Marina could totally corner the mortuary market.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What? I guess, it's cool, right? You got the dead guy on the pyre, and they set fire to the pyre because it rhymes and it pisses everyone off.
Fire to the pyre.
And then you watch when everybody's like, I'm gonna miss him. And but then everybody goes home, but then this charbroiled corpse eventually washes up on somebody's picnic at Lake Pleasant, and you're like, honey, what are you playing with? Oh my god! What the hell is that? Well, we totally can't take the dog to the lake now. So yeah, I can see why maybe the Viking funerals aren't going to work out around here. Pretty sure the Vikings were counting on a current to take it
on a whole ocean to
way up there. Yeah. Maybe the fish eat it. I don't know. Randy's Chuckle says, cheese curds on a brat. I don't think I'd want to mix those. I think I'd have cheese curds and a brat. But then if you put the cheese curds in, you're trying to snap your teeth through that tough skin on the brat that snaps. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd want the cheese curds getting in the way of that. But I don't know, Randy's Chuckle. You might be on your way to coming up with something there. So, anyways, what were we talking
about? So many things.
I don't even remember what we were supposed to be talking about. Well, here, I'll go random then. Back to the NCAA tournament, ladies edition. So why is it every time the NCAA tournament comes around, they do the ladies bad? They first there was that thing where the men got these giant gyms with all the high tech everything, and for the ladies, it was just in a conference hall, and they had like a couple of Suzanne Summers, ab stretchers and butt crunchers, and
and like a trainer's table. That was
right. The card table.
Yeah.
The foldable table. Here you go.
And a card table.
Sure. So now, a couple of days go through. They're playing the basketball there for the NCAA women's tournament, and on Sunday you had Texas and North Carolina State, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Stop everything!" What's going on? And he said, "Hey, get a measuring tape." So they came out with measuring tape, and they're like, "Son of a bitch!" The top of the key and the 3-point lines, they're different. One side of the court has a shorter 3-point line and top of key than the other. But how did we? Everything was wrong. One side was, and of course they didn't say which, and then you can see it, but they didn't say how or how much. There wasn't. I didn't see exacts on this, but both teams had to play on the same court. So half the game you're going this way, half the game you're going that way, right? Or are they doing quarters?
Well, yeah, they're doing quarters. So
half the game
but half,
you're going one way. The only time that would come into a disadvantage would be overtime. But still, if you're not as good of a shooting team and the game is on the line, but you got the longer 3-point line, just saying. So I don't know if this affected anything. I don't know. Did they come out with some tape and fix it?
No.
They just said, we're just going to go with it.
Yeah, basically they asked Texas and NC State, are you willing to just play this anyway? Because if either team decides, no, this isn't fair, then they would have had to basically redo the whole thing. And
what about all the games that have already been played, the other rounds?
Right. There had already been a bunch of regional games played.
I thought that was like the first game of that that day.
3-point lines were different the entire time.
Well,
start over
because
right.
But because they marked the center wrong. That's what ended up happening. Was whoever was supposed to mark the middle of the court marked it incorrectly. So when they measured from the middle to get to the 3-point line,
right,
it was off by a lot.
How much you think?
It was 9 inches. is what it was off by.
Wow, that's significant.
That is a lot. Yeah. That's almost a foot.
Moist one, we all
extra.
know what you're thinking. Just keep it to yourself.
Moist one.
Just don't.
Just don't bother. Just don't bother. We know you. But yeah, look, I think that that's just a function of, I don't think the NCAA sends their best people to this. And this is not like the WNBA. The women's college game makes money. So I have no idea why the NCAA is like, yeah, we're just not even going to bother with this. Obviously,
it's
they
like
don't
the
make
Texas coach said after the game. Only, he's got a lot of peers that would say only in women's, women's basketball.
But
only
how-
in women's basketball.
You want to blame the people doing stuff. I get it. But many coaches, many assistants, many players should have noticed.
Yeah, but
They should have.
Somebody should have noticed.
They should have, but it's not like they did the entire tournament there, because the women's tournament's a little different. They have that first weekend is actually played in the cities of the number one seeds. So like you've got a home game for, number one South Carolina. They played in South Carolina to start before they moved here. So it's
But
not like
they're-
they played every game on that
Sure,
court.
not every game, but several rounds of several different teams. It was enough.
Yeah,
was
but
enough.
well, the first round they didn't play there, is what I'm saying. So it was really only this past weekend that it was happening.
Dropping the soap says, I don't see what the big deal about the 3-point being off by some inches. My wife says I've been off for a few inches for a long time. It's never been a problem.
Damn.
Just wouldn't have said that out loud, but hey, do you?
Sorry, dropping the soap. Beer Bob says, I would assume a Viking funeral would be nice, but I prefer to be burned on the forest moon of Endor, like Darth Vader. Yeah, that wasn't on the water, was it? They just made a bonfire out of old Vader there, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it was by the lake, though.
All the Ewoks and people are sitting there dancing, and they're like, do we have a brisket going? Because, oh, man, I'm hungry. What's that smell?
There wasn't enough meat left of Skywalker to.
Yeah, that's a good point. Smells like Metamucil and burnt Fritos. What is that? Follow 51 says, there's a guy down in South Phoenix that'll cut your ashes in any type of drug you want so your loved ones can have a good old time at your funeral. Now, I'm feeling like that's illegal.
Yeah.
In a lot of
and
ways.
Also, they don't need to have a good old time with your ashes. They can just they could do the drugs without your ashes. Why?
Absolutely.
Why would they need your ashes for that?
So what you've just learned is don't die in South Phoenix. Apparently. All right, we're going to take a break. We come back, we're going to talk a little bit of NASCAR, Randy, and then a whole lot of NFL. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Final Four is set for Phoenix, Arizona, with two more teams punching their ticket in on Sunday. The Yukon Huskies, the defending champions, are the betting favorite at -185, while the Purdue Boilermakers, another number one seed in the field, coming off their win Sunday against Tennessee, led by All-American Zach Edey, +195 to cut down the nets in Arizona. Alabama, their first Final Four in program history. The Crimson Tide, coming off their win against Clemson in Los Angeles, are +1,200 to be national champions. And NC State, the 11 seed, +1,800. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
It's time, basketball bettors. It's March Mania. Jeffrey O'Brien here to tell you about BetUS.com. I endorse one sportsbook and casino, and that's BetUS.com. They've been driving to the basket for over 30 years. This year, BetUS has an epic three-pointer, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. It's amazing. Get started by visiting BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BETUS. BetUS, where the game begins.
It's March Madness.
And the fairy tale ride continues. You can feel the madness. Oh my goodness. 3-pointer. Good at the buzzer.
March Madness on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic is presented by Harmon Solar, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, BetUS, and Platinum Plus Cabaret. Catch all the excitement of the men's NCAA college basketball tournament on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
You're expanding your business and need to add to your fleet. Maybe you need another semi-truck or trailer. Don't have the cash? I can help. I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, and we offer no money down financing on new and used trucks and trailers. Whether you're an owner-operator or a fleet manager, I'll get the vehicles you need with a simple application and same-day approval. It's faster and easier than asking your banker. Call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353 or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
Screen time's over.
Be home by 11?
Put your phone down while we're eating.
When parents set boundaries, keep track of where their kids go, and talk to them about the dangers of underage drinking and drugs, they keep their kids safe. Visit TalkNowAZ.com. Be the influence. Talk early. Talk often. Talk now.
Thanks. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Hi, I'm Ralph Romano.
And I'm Neil Lynch.
And we're the Weekend Warriors.
So, Ralph, what are the Weekend Warriors all about?
Well, we talk about sports.
National sports?
Of course.
Regional sports?
Sure.
Arizona sports?
Yeah. And we also interview local athletes, coaches, and sports-related business owners to share their amazing stories.
But what if they don't have an amazing story?
Then we talk about something else. You know what, Neil? You're fired.
Again. Well, listen in for great sports talk, amazing interviews, and to see if I have a job next week.
You won't. It's the Weekend Warriors every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Ringless Joe says, not dying in South Phoenix is easier said than done, you know. Yeah, I try to stay away from that. Although they've improved it, though. They have started
You
to
mean the
fix
process
up
of dying, or
no, the whole South Phoenix thing.
oh, okay.
Yeah, there's some pretty nice stuff going on down there. They're work in progress, but still, yeah.
Sure.
King of Kenton says start of the second half between LSU and Iowa on the ladies' side, tied at the half. 1 point. No, that was at 12 p.m. Oh, damn it. No, that was just now. Yeah, for some reason now the text line thinks it's noon 30.
Very odd.
Don't
It's
know
Monday.
why.
It is Monday and it's April Fool's Day, so maybe it's playing tricks on you.
That's a good point.
Nah, I was doing that before. I'm just gonna ignore it. Anyway, so here I promised you a little NASCAR, Randy, and let's talk about it. Did you see the thing there at the Toyota Care 250 at Richmond Raceway? I guess on lap 173, Joey Gase was, he's driving along, minding his own business, having a little bit of a go between him and Dawson Cram. Is that how you say his name? Cram?
Dawson Cram, yeah.
It's a dumb name. Anyway, so Dawson Cram trying to get position, and Cram bumped into Gase and sent him into the wall.
Yes.
So now Gase was unhappy about this. He's standing there with his car, and they're all coming over, and this is the caution flag and all that stuff. So he's standing there. He's so angry. The bumper, which was most of the way off already, he ripped it off of his car, and as soon as Cram came around the corner, he threw the bumper right into his windshield.
And there you go. Yeah.
Then later he tweeted out, "Thanks a lot, Dawson Cram. Hope you enjoy your souvenir."
Yeah.
Cram did.
he immediately did start printing up and selling T-shirts that says, "Sometimes you're the bumper, sometimes you're the windshield."
And there it is. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was fast. Well
See,
done.
To me, that's what makes NASCAR fun is these little rivalries that start happening. When you start having that stuff and it's not such a quote unquote corporate sterile environment, to me, that's when NASCAR gets fun, when you get these personalities out there. So yeah, he just ripped the bumper off and threw it at him. You know.
So yeah, here's the thing though about Gase. Gase, he says, "Man, we're a small company. You know, we can't afford that kind of stuff, and so this hurts. This hurts us. This isn't just like we got a endless supply of money." And he just felt like that. He's like, "Man, I gave Cram his start, and I was good to him, and this is how he's going to play this." So he's just mad. I guess he has a right to be.
Well, I mean, some of these smaller teams, they don't have the the deep pockets that these large teams have, the hundreds of millions of dollars, but they do have these smaller teams that are out there racing like it used to be, going from track to track, trying to get in on the winnings, finish the race, and get part of the purse for finishing the race, and try to earn enough points to keep going and keep racing at this kind of grassroots level. So yeah, it does hurt. It does hurt a team. But look, I mean, this is what made NASCAR so much fun. When you had these characters out there chucking helmets at each other and getting into fist fights and, bumping guys on the track and stuff. That's what made NASCAR, for me, that's what made it a lot of fun, with the characters out there. And I applaud it. I think it's good. Now, NASCAR is probably going to get involved and levy some fines and have a talking to and all that sort of thing. But I don't see this. This shouldn't have been a big thing. I mean,
I think on the contrary, they should go the other way with it. If a guy wrecks you, you should be allowed to throw parts of your car at him every time he goes by. Just chuck it down. You go up to that thing where they say, "Gentlemen, start your engines," and wave the flag. And if you just start chucking stuff at him,
like a starter, maybe an exhaust manifold.
It's just whatever you can put in your hand.
Yeah, tire.
I mean, the bumper was a bit excessive.
Yeah,
but a chunk O car,
right?
Just if you hit another car, now you're in trouble. if you hit anybody but the car you're aiming for, now there's an issue. Now you get fined.
It kind of lets you into the to see what these cars are. Used to be those cars would hold up to a lot of punishment, but I mean they're like fiberglass bodies now, carbon fiber bodies, mostly roll cages and stuff like that. So it's hard for them to keep these cars together. And when that bumper section is a whole section, it's not like the bumpers themselves. It's like a whole section of the back of the car comes off. That's like taillights and everything else. And it's not real taillights. It's the moldings, things like that. You throw that at them. That's called the bumper of the car. So yeah, it's kind of fun though.
Yeah. That was fun to watch. I just want to take it a step further and probably a step too far. 888-368-1580. All right. So listen, we had some legal issues for some NFL players over the weekend. Cameron Sutton, he turned himself in on a domestic violence charge. Used to play for the Lions right up until the point where he got charged with domestic violence. And so he's released, but he's finally turned himself in. Rashee Rice, according to his lawyer, is cooperating. I don't know if that means he's actually turned himself in or what. I don't know if you don't know what happened, but I guess Rashee Rice was driving a Corvette. Somebody else was driving a Lamborghini, and they were street racing. And they both lost control of their vehicles and crashed, and then they ran away from the accident. Just left the cars there, but they also left some hurt civilians there too. Now, luckily, nobody's dead, but there were some people hurt, and there were some children endangered, and all of this is very illegal. And you don't leave the scene of an accident. So I don't know what you think is going to happen when your name is on the car that you just left behind. I don't think anybody's going to buy that. Yeah. Oh, my interpreter borrowed the car. I don't think you're going to Otani your way out of this one.
Well, there's video of you getting out of the car and walking away. So,
okay. So
unless your interpreter looks exactly like you.
Right.
Yeah, we got video and everything. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. Your first question is, how will he get out of this one? And I don't think he should. I think he should take responsibility for it. But you know what it is. I mean, you rush out and get yourself a lawyer. Either way, it's important to get yourself a lawyer. But now he's got a very expensive lawyer. So who knows what sort of crazy crap is going to happen next?
Texas hasn't exactly been hard on football players ever. So who knows? Who knows?
Speaking of football-ish things, I didn't even know it was starting, but did you know UFL started?
Yeah, I saw that it started, but if you start on a March Madness weekend, you all but guarantee I won't even accidentally watch. It's there's no point.
The UFL started.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
I don't even know the teams. I don't care. I don't think it's going to survive. And of course, when they give you the attendance, 14,000 fans for one game, 9,000 for another. Yeah, it's not. This is the opening week. It's not going to get better. So
people were just anticipating the big weekend, huh? 14,000 and 9,000.
Well, Keanu is right. You launched it on the wrong day. If you were trying to sneak in, you did a good job.
What is The Rock thinking?
I do not smell what The Rock is cooking here.
Me neither.
So it's not going to get better, guys. It's not going to get better. This is actually worse than I thought it would be. And then, of course, they snuck up on you. Aha, we're here. Like, oh, whatever. Okay.
Well, because we had
Fox and ESPN were showing the games, weren't they?
The UFL
maybe Fox.
I mean, ESPN and Fox are both involved.
Keon's right. Everybody had basketball on this weekend.
Yeah, because I know ESPN has the women's tournament, and they signed a nice, massive deal for that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. If they're going to choose between the UFL and women's hoops,
the UFL is awful.
The women's hoops actually wins this one. So do with that what you like.
Well, that's a win for the women's hoops, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like the women's college basketball players, for those that are interested, can actually name the people involved. I don't know any UFL players. And if I know your name, it's because you're going to the NFL and you won't be in the UFL anymore. So,
or if you know their name, they're no good in the NFL anymore. that's
true.
Why they're in the awful. Well, you might get to know a guy going the right direction. I guess the Lions and some other teams have asked about this kicker by the name of Jake Bates, and he kicked a 64-yard field goal in a UFL game. I guess he plays for the Panthers. And kicked a giant field goal. So now they're like, hey, buddy, you want to come over here and talk to a real team? And I'm pretty sure the answer on that is yes.
Wow.
Absolutely yes.
64 yards.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, no matter what the circumstances, that's a hell of a kick, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Doesn't matter if you're awful or if you're a Canadian or whatever. That's a mighty boot.
So I didn't see any of it, didn't watch any of it, but I saw a story that said the UFL is using 6 4K cameras, no sticks, no chain, for measuring first downs. It's all done by the cameras and the placement, which is easy if you can see the ball, but if it's underneath a pile, then you still have to count on the official to put the ball on the ground where they think it should be, and then I guess you can use the camera system to do it. But yeah, okay. If you feel like, if you feel it's accurate, I mean, none of us have seen it, so there's no way of knowing. But I'd say do that plus the GPS, chip inside of the ball, and maybe you got something there. I don't know.
I agree with that.
Or do people like seeing the guy standing there with the stick?
Well, that pisses me off. So.
The guy
depends on-
standing there with the stick pisses you off.
Well, yeah, just because I
What
know
did he do to you,
it's
He
not-
makes
it's
more
not-
money than any of us. That's why.
Well, okay, I hadn't even considered that. Now I'm even
And he gets to
madder.
watch a game.
And I hadn't even thought about any of those things.
Best seats in the house.
It's just we have the
Bastard.
technology to make that make that no longer necessary.
Huh.
And I can't tell you how many times I've watched a game and I went, no, that's not a good spot. That's just
But that's not his fault. That's the referees, right? That's
yeah,
the-
like the guy himself isn't exactly what I'm mad at. It's just the fact that the job exists. We could do this better.
Well, we can do this better. And I've already given my technical ideas. You don't use actual satellites. You set up artificial reference satellites inside of every stadium that does the same job as the GPS. And this would be more exact in real time because those sources are closer to what they're actually measuring. But you put them in the strategic places on the ceiling, up on the rafters or on the lights and stuff. And way better than GPS.
And they already have it because that's how they track stuff like player speed when they go, oh, this guy hit 23 miles an
They already
hour.
did
Like,
my idea. Seriously?
they just didn't do it with the football.
Wait. So they did the thing with the sensors in the stadium?
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
have
did you see that?
they have chips in the pads.
I know, but what are they measuring from? The satellites in space or from sensors in the stadium?
It's in the building.
God dang it. Here I thought I just invented another thing, Randy.
It's in the
Yeah.
building.
The only thing
we missed out on more millions of dollar ideas.
The only thing that was ever successful was three-legged furniture outlet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was a boon. That was a boon for you.
25% off every table.
That's what all those CDW commercials are for on the NFL games.
Do you
Is
remember
it
the song?
CDW? Oh yeah.
Three-legged furniture
Furniture
outlet. And then, because who needs that fourth leg that you're not going to get?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that wasn't
Why?
a great slogan, but I mean, we had to legally say that.
And then the spinoff was Wobbly Legged Furniture Outlet.
Yeah, for the one time when they didn't break off. So,
Mm-hmm.
so he's like, "Hey, I want a three-legged table." Kick. There it is.
Why pay for that fourth leg you're not going to get?
Yeah, we can make it happen. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, a little more football and, of course, Big Georgia sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
If you've got questions, O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It seems like everybody's talking about the traffic on Valley Roads these days. You know what else everybody's talking about? The absolute best restaurant to take your family and friends to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. Now with 2 Valley locations. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for great dining without the show? Kasai offers an awesome selection on Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily from 6 p.m. and enjoy outdoor dining on the heated patio. So whether you're here for spring training, March Madness, or just to enjoy the Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. You take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 locations, Scottsdale and now in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy?
Totalmente.
And you get unlimited 5G data, $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan at an amazing price with no contracts. Should you switch to Total by Verizon? Definitely. Find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate without a pay plus taxes and fees. Discount begins the month after you enroll. Additional terms apply. See website for data management practices.
Celebrating 30 years of AmeriCorps looks like building lifetime change makers in Arizona communities. From serving children alongside First Things First to Executive Director of Prevent Child Abuse Arizona. From the Pinal County Sheriff's Office to the Governor's Office, serving with AmeriCorps today creates limitless potential for every new member to lead Arizona tomorrow. Where will AmeriCorps take you? Join the movement by signing up at serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
When it's time for the March Mania brackets to bust wide open. As I was saying, it's mad. The Mania of March at BetUS.com is all about those buzzer beat bonus offers. And when the madness starts and Cinderella man steps onto the BetUS always has your back with back-to-back 125% sign-up bonuses on your first 3 deposits and even 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS.com Sportsbook and Casino, where the game... Join today. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins.
If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. The
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. You all right there? I'm a 2 sneezer, and then that made my voice worse. Hey, congratulations, Keon, on your Commandos signing Jeff Driscoll.
Yeah.
You must be very proud.
Who? Camp Arm. I don't know.
Jeff Driscoll, quarterback veteran who has been in 24 games.
Jeff Driscoll.
Yes. Yeah. He's a veteran QB. If you're drafting a rookie, might need some of those.
Don't you want a veteran who's actually played more than a couple games? 24 is not a lot of games.
Well, that's Marcus Mariota's also in the building. You know, it's not about him actually going out on the field and playing. It's just, does the guy have the knowledge of watching film, being a professional, preparing? He does.
I'm just a little jealous because the Commandos have done an awful lot in this free agency, this offseason. I mean, you guys have done a lot. Josh Harris has even said, hey, by the way, not just that we're, fixing the team, signing people, getting coaches and all that stuff, and we got a pretty good pick. By the way, I'm going to fix stuff that the NFLPA grade look. He says, I didn't even know you could get an F-. Well, yeah.
Well, it's his first year.
So they're going to fix up the locker room, the training room, and they're going to do better with the families. So Josh Harris probably should have seen this coming, though.
Yeah, but he just didn't have the chance to do anything about it. Like when he bought the team, the season started maybe a month after. You can't make renovations during the season. So now you have a chance to go through the season, hear the feedback from the players, know exactly what they like and don't like, and now you've got something to work off of.
Oh, by the way, remember Hassan Reddick, Randy?
Yes.
Well, now the Eagles and the Jets have had a trade, and now Hassan Reddick is a Jet.
We could really use him on the Cardinals, but hey, congratulations. I hope he has a good time there. Aaron Rodgers is coming back, and I hope it's a good season for him. I always liked Hassan Reddick.
I wonder what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. So a lot of people would say
football.
Well, maybe, because here's the thing. When a younger guy gets hurt and you're like, oh, well, we'll see you next season, buddy. With this, Aaron Rodgers is old as hell for football. And, that was an Achilles. So he's going to come back and everybody's expecting. He's like, okay, do over, going to pick up right where we left off. And he's just going to play like Aaron Rodgers of old. I don't know.
Believe in the power of the ayahuasca, or what is it?
Ayahuasca?
Yeah, the ayahuasca there. But look, it's
the dark chambers and the ayahuasca, the power that lies in the great beyond and staring at gemstones.
Who's Jim and why is he staring at his stones?
Don't know, but I'm just saying.
Not sure either, but Aaron Rodgers has also never been a pure pocket guy. Like if he played more like Drew Brees, okay, yeah, I could see it. Come back, be fine. but he runs a little bit. The mobility's part of the Aaron Rodgers game. He's just not going to be the same player. I don't think so.
Yeah, this is not going to go well for the Jets. And well, congratulations, Hassan Reddick. You get to be there to watch. But I mean, they do have a good defense. We give them that.
And maybe Aaron doesn't have to be MVP Aaron Rodgers to give him a chance, because they do have good players on offense. Like, it's not a bad offense. They've just had bad quarterback play.
You want to hear a great lie from his old coach? Matt LaFleur, somebody put a microphone in front of him and said, so that whole Aaron Jones thing, cutting him and then signing Josh Jacobs, he says, that whole thing caught me off guard. That's what you say when you don't want, you don't want to burn them mad at you. Yeah. Aaron Jones? What? I had no idea.
As though the general manager would release a player and not ask the coach. Now, he might not agree with the coach. He might say, look, we're releasing this guy anyway. But you saw it coming. It's not a shock.
It's like telling the truth catches Matt LaFleur off guard. Oh, my God. Wow. By the way, the Jets, which pick do they have? I've lost my pick, my draft sheet. It's in my pile here.
Yeah,
they're number 10. Was it?
Yeah,
10?
They're 10, right after Chicago's second pick.
Okay, so the word on the street is they're looking to trade down. That is a little surprising, but I guess if they're just trying to pile up some players, it makes sense. So,
and it's a deep draft.
You're at number 10, and it's a deep draft. How much do you think they can get for that? And who's going to jump up and want that?
They could get a lot, and unfortunately, without knowing who's going to be available around 10, I don't know. I mean, if any of these tackles falls, either Joe Alt or Olu Fashanu, like that could be
someone, draft night trade.
Yeah. Like, just
somebody's like, we want that guy. Ooh, he's still there. Well,
I don't
go up and get him.
I don't know that they're moving that pick before draft day. I think you want a team to be as desperate as possible for a specific guy. And then you say, you could probably get him at 10 if you come on up and get him, but it's going to cost you. And then you can go forward from there. So I don't know that they're moving that pick before draft night, but I mean, Brock Bowers could be there at 10. Depending on how you've got the receivers ranked, you could get Rome Odunze or Malik Neighbors at 10. There are plenty of options there.
Pineapple Express says, dear God, Jeffrey, you're starting to sound like Carol Channing. Did you smoke a couple packs of Marlboros before the show? Be cooler if I did.
Yeah.
The reality is just regular voice loss.
Carol Channing.
By the way, the Suns are up 62-40 on the Pelicans.
Wow.
Damn.
Second quarter. I'm just saying, just as a matter of fact, they have been up 20 this whole time.
Anything could happen. Big George wants to know if Jeff Driscoll's related to Arizona Cardinals. It's spelled differently. Patty Driscoll, who led the Cardinals to the 25 NFL championship. Well, it wasn't an NFL championship. It was just a football championship. It was not a Super Bowl. I don't think it was called the NFL back then, was it? 1925. Don't know.
Well, there might not have been a merger for there to be a Super Bowl yet at that point.
No, it wasn't a Super Bowl. It was like just a,
pretty okay bowl.
It's just a professional football championship.
You know what? We better get this on this date thing going here.
All right,
ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1931, pitcher Vern Jackie Mitchell, at the age of only 17, signed with the Chattanooga Lookouts Baseball Club of Tennessee to become the first woman to play for an all-male baseball team. 2 days later, Mitchell was brought in to pitch during the first inning of an exhibition spring training game against Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Okay, have you heard the story?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the story? So she goes out there and she's pitching. It's an exhibition game. And Ruth swung and missed at two of the first three pitches. And then her fourth pitch was called a third strike. And he was mad. He was yelling at the umpire, staring her down. But nope, she took him down. And then Iron Horse Lou Gehrig comes up there. 1, 2, 3, gone. Swung, miss. And so she was a badass. But then the fix was in because a few days later, baseball commissioner Kenesha Mountain Landis voided her contract, saying women are unfit to play baseball because this game is just too strenuous for them.
Oh, geez.
She was mowing through
Oh,
Babe
geez.
Ruth and Lou Gehrig, but
Yeah.
can't handle
All
the
right.
game, I guess. All right. Sure.
Talk about an absolute injustice. This woman was able to take down a couple of the biggest names ever in baseball, and then she gets done dirty by the commissioner. This is just too strenuous for you, little lady.
Mm.
Wow. That is
Sound like it
horrible.
was a result of the good old boys club.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we shouldn't be surprised because that was not the only discrimination going on in 1931. But, I've been the guy who's always said, hey, if the gals can play as well as the men, let them play with the men.
Why not?
Why not? But she would have been a person maybe to could have seen more from. So that's a shame.
Just in a time period where the commissioner saw the starts of his game, feeling embarrassed, and stepped in.
Not much has changed in Major League Baseball, has it?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't have time to get into a Tawny conversation.
Yeah.
I can tell you, do we have, what time is it? Because my voice is going gone.
We got like 2 minutes.
Okay. Swuzman says, Jeffrey, it's always good sports radio. He's going to say some crap about my voice. I'm waiting for the text to load here. Oh, he says, Jeffrey, always good sports radio to the last minute. Oh, it's actually a compliment. When you can't see the whole thing, I just assume the worst. Jeffrey, always good sports radio to not listen to your ass. Oh, okay.
Well, tell us how you really feel.
So, lucky man of the day. I've got a video on my Twitter at RadioPal1580. I used to live in Oregon, and never in Oregon did I think I needed to worry about a runaway saw blade from a logging mill come flying across a parking lot and almost killed me.
What?
This guy is walking into a liquor store, and there's a video of it. He's walking along, opens the door, closes the door, and all of a sudden across the parking lot, you see this giant saw blade come just rolling like an out-of-control bicycle tire, and it wedged into the wall. Had he been standing there, that's dead. That's a guy split in half.
Oh,
I mean, for real, right there. I have many questions about the safety and OSHA regulations at that sawmill. This giant saw blade comes flying across the parking lot. But lucky man of the day better buy himself a lottery ticket, or don't, because all that luck is just been
Probably,
used up.
yeah, the rest of your life.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.